9 having success. One thing that will also be in their favor tonight as well, I would think, from Missoula's standpoint, Izzy Fuentes, pitcher that's had plenty of experience, a third-year pro here in the Pioneer League. Expect him to not be phased by this tough stage, so to speak, pitching with his back up against the wall. So offense 1 through 9, get going more consistently, get a consistent start from your starter Izzy Fuentes. Those two things on that side of things looking to improve. And yes, collectively a good night for Billings in game 1, 13 hits combined. What they'll look to continue to do is keep the middle of their order rolling, looking at specifically Gabe Wirtz and Alejandro Figueredo. Those two guys, Wirtz trying to get revenge from last season, being a member of the Mustangs, Figueredo the rook out of Florida Gulf Coast. But those two guys collectively in game 1 finished 7 for 9. Gabe Wirtz going 4 for 5 with 2 doubles. So he'll look for more success like that here in this one. And what can you do better? We touched so much on John Michael Fail in game 1, a Pioneer League offensive player of the month in the month of August. Such a big part of that run to the postseason for Billings. Look for Michael Fail to have some more success. He was one of the guys that didn't do much of anything in game 1. So clearly the Paddleheads were able to find some different success compared to what others had seen towards the end of the season, with Michael Fail going 0 for 4 in game 1. So if you're Billings, middle of the order, keep it rolling. Wirtz and Figueredo, then get another guy in the middle of your order going in John Michael Fail. Both teams coming out of the field for the national anthem, so we will pause for that, and then we'll get you the starting lineups for this ball game, Mustangs and Paddleheads, game 2 of this Pioneer League best-of-3 series. Paddleheads looking to stave off elimination. Mustangs trying to get back to the league championship series in year number 75 of the franchise. This is Paddlehead Baseball in the Northern Division playoffs. We roll on in game 2 after this.
Get ready, Missoula Monster Truck fans. 2 big shows this September 23rd. Missoula County Fairgrounds will explode with the Monster Truck Nitro Tour. Big blown monster trucks flying over 30 feet in the air. Freestyle motocross, tough trucks for the locals, and watch that jet ambulance melt up. Burning it down. Plus all new inflation buster prices. VIP tickets include free pit party pass to meet the drivers and the best seat in the house. Get your tickets now at monstertrucktour.com or get them late at the gate. Subject to service fees. For more information, go to www.monstertrucktour.com. Come early and ride in a real monster truck at the Monster Truck Nitro Tour. Kids get a free tour gift at the Saturday matinee show while supplies last. The Monster Truck Nitro Tour. 2 big shows on September 23rd. Monster trucks, freestyle motocross, tough trucks, and jet ambulance meltdown. It's gonna get wild at the Missoula County Fairgrounds. Sponsored by High Mountain Forestry and Equipment.
Hello, this is Bill Coffey, CEO of Stockman Bank. We are a Montana-born company, family-owned, and uniquely focused on meeting the financial needs of all Montanans. As we celebrate our 70th anniversary, we remain independent and committed to traditional Western values with the power of local management and decision-making and homegrown community service. Stop by any of our locations across Montana and discover the Stockman difference. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand banking member FDIC.
At Shields, we know good things happen when preparation meets opportunity, which means during the season, the only element of the hunt we can actually control is the work we put in and the gear we trust. So stop by the Shields sale event September 9th through the 17th and save on brands you can trust, like Sitka, Lucky Duck, Benelli, and select Shields Outfitters gear. Our Shields experts are ready to prepare you for success on your next upland and waterfowl adventure. Shields, earn your moment.
Now back to Paddlehead Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio Missoula.
We have had the national anthem. We are a few minutes away from the first pitch of the ball game. Missoula Paddleheads and Billings Mustangs. Fun pregame introductions and the unique vehicle bringing Sammy B and Paxton onto the field. Sammy B's driving, I think, at least I hope so. I surely wouldn't think it would be a good idea if Paxton and the paddlehead were behind the wheel. But fun stuff here before the game. At DJ Briggs spinning the ones and twos before the games also. So good stuff here before the game, getting folks ready for this game one. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for let's take a look at the batting order first for Billy Horton and the Billings Mustangs. Billy Horton, first-year manager of these Mustangs, rocking the red uniforms tonight with black numbers on the back. These unis for Billings. Taylor Lomack has been solid, swinging it down the stretch. Product of the Padres organization at one time. The left fielder with Brendan Ryan out of Corpus Christi, Texas Corpus Christi. A Rook had great numbers with Billings the last 30 games or so. Left-handed bat. John Michael Fail, who we alluded to, 21 home runs in just over 50 games. Crazy production for Michael Fail during the regular year. The catcher with Gabe Wirtz, a returner from last season's Billings Mustangs ball club that made it to the postseason. Wirtz, a little bit different spot for him, out in right field tonight. He's played some right field this season, thinking back to the last time the Mustangs were in this ballpark, but I still picture Wirtz as more of a first baseman. Wirtz will clean it up in right field with the first baseman out of Florida Gulf Coast, was just getting his pro career started last time they were here, month of August, these Mustangs. But Alejandro Figueredo, fresh off a 3-hit performance. At first base will be in the 5 spot in the order. Mitch Morales, opening day starter for Billings. He bats 6th at third base with Luke Fennelly. Guy you can see at both infield spots. Today playing second base, batting 7th with Brady West, former Idaho Falls Chucker, batting 8th at the DH. Blake Evans winds it out. Izzy Fuentes up there on the bump. We are ready to go. The cowbell's rolling, the towels are rocking, and the first pitch of the ball game is a strike on the inside to Taylor Lomack, and we are off and running here in Game 2 of this Northern Division playoff. Pat Maybach will get the ball in the bottom half of this inning. Another returner from Billings. 0-1 to Lomack is down and off the plate from Fuentes. A ball and a strike. Fuentes faced Billings 3 times during the regular season. Had good starts in 2 outings. His last start, though, not so much. Had his best start of the year, though, in a game in Billings on July the 5th. 1-1 pitch on the way. Lomack slowly hops one foul on the first base side of the field. Other first base side, third base over by Missoula's dugout. Taylor Lomack during the regular season, batting average at .322, a guy that was hitting around .290 for a large chunk of the season, but as Billings made that run towards the postseason, highlighted by that 15-game winning streak, it was Lomack being one of the top guys in their order. Guy with a lot of speed from the right side. 1-2 pitch coming in from Fuentes. Ground ball slowly hit to the right of the mound. Fuentes gobbles it up and flips to first, and that's how we begin. A 1-3 put out. Leadoff man kept off the bags here in the first inning. Lomack, who finished 2 for 4 with an RBI in Game 1, starts tonight off 0 for 1. With Brandon Ryan now approaching the plate from the left side. Brandon Ryan, one of a number of rookie players brought into the roster. Ryan out of Texas A&M Corpus Christi, as I mentioned, and he was very good in the last 25-30 games. Guy that can fill multiple different spots defensively, listed on the roster as a utility guy, averaged in just over 30 games, .414 for Ryan. Got a little pop in that bat as well with 4 home runs. Quine in Game 1, though, had a run scored with a walk. That's it. Pitch with 1 out is just outside from Fuentes. Expect to see Fuentes attack the outside portion of the plate quite a bit, mix the fastball changeup combination. Fastball will be around 90 to 93, depending on the grip. 1-0 pitch on its way with 1 away. It's fouled straight back. We'll take a look at Missoula's batting order. A little bit different look to what we saw in Game 1. Mentioned a little different at the top of the order with Ryan Cash leading things off versus hitting in the 9-hole in Game 1. A ball and a strike with 1 out, bases empty. Just getting things going here in Game 1. No score in the top of the first. Brandon Ryan, 1-1 count. Fuentes comes into Austin Bernard. Right there at the knees for strike 2. Right there. Not going to get a much better pitch to hit than that. Defense for the Paddleheads, Keaton Greenwald in center. Dondre Hubbard in left field. Josh Elvier at right. Group you've been getting used to seeing if you're a Paddlehead fan. 1-2 pitch with one out is close, but just below the knees. That time, trying to hit the same spot with the fastball that he did to get strike 2. Apparently that one a little bit further in tight to the left-handed batting Ryan. John Michael Fail on deck with one out. Left side of the infield occupied by Cam Thompson and McLean O'Connor. The 2-2 swing and bounce behind Billy Horton in the third base coach's box. Right side infield occupied by Ryan Cash at second, Jake Gunther at first, with Austin Bernard putting down the signs. Collectively, a lot of holes in the lineup in Game 1 for Missoula. Austin Bernard surely was not one. One of his best offensive games of the whole year. 2-2 on the way again. Bouncing ball right side, playable for Ryan Cash to the right of the bag. He throws on to first. 2 down. 2 balls on the ground, 2 outs. Similar spot of the field as well. That one just got a little bit further towards the bag where Fuentes just kind of went and grabbed the slow roller off the bat of Lomac. Now this is where you want to see this guy coming to the dish if you're Missoula. John Michael Fail, 2 out, bases empty situation for him for the North Greenville University product. Boiling Springs, South Carolina. Not a lot of South Carolina around the Pioneer League. Brandon Riley coaching that Paddlehead dugout for this season. North Carolina. So kind of butting heads to that retrospect. But Michael Fail, what a season he had. Pitch on the way to him here is just outside. Fastball with a little bit of cut away from Brandon Ryan. Or from John Michael Fail, I beg your pardon. Ryan just retired previously. No score, top 1, bases empty. 1-0 count. Here it comes to Michael Fail. This one sinks just a hair below the knees. Change up on the inside part of the plate, so Michael Fail, good hitters count here with 2 outs, and just over 50 games, had 21 home runs. Did Michael Fail with a 353 average. Quiet offer in Game 1, though, at Dealer Park. A win for Billings. The 2-0 pitch is a swing and a miss. Had some count leverage there and just let it go. Shirley was sitting on a fastball in that spot. Got the changeup, was out in front. Gabe Wirtz, who was not quiet in Game 1, would swing it next if Michael Fail can get aboard here in a scoreless game. 2-1 from Fuentes coming in. Swinging a pop-up, going out towards center field. McLean O'Connor shortstop, tracking along with Greenwald. It will be Greenwald in very shallow center, out number 3. He lost the hat, but he didn't lose the handle of the baseball. That is a 3-up, 3-down, top half of the first inning for Izzy Fuentes. We will see second-year Mustang Pat Maybach on the bump after this. Scoreless action in Missoula here at Allegiance Field. This is the Northern Division Playoff on Western Montana's sports leader.
Attention Montana. Are you in need of a top quality shed that's built to last? Look no farther than Billings Sheds. At Billings Sheds, they take pride in their work. With each and every shed they build, their team of skilled builders puts their heart and soul into crafting a masterpiece just for you. But what sets them apart? Their sheds are built in the valley. Their locally built structures are a testament to their commitment to quality and craftsmanship. Picture this, a sturdy shed nestled against the stunning backdrop of Montana's majestic mountains. Whether you need extra storage space, a workshop, or a cozy hideaway, Bitterroot Sheds has you covered. Our team understands the unique needs of our Montana community. That's why they use only the finest materials, ensuring your shed can withstand the rugged Montana weather year after year. Visit them online at bitterrootsheds.com. That's bitterrootshedz.com. Or stop by one of their dealers sprinkled throughout the state of Montana to explore the wide range of styles and options. Bitterroot Sheds, built in the valley, built to last. Prices, availability, and shed models may vary. Check the website or visit the showroom for more information.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, pump it up, pump it up.
Be
sure to visit your local Town Pump Deli. Right now, get a medium fountain drink for $1.39. And pizza sticks in the deli, 2 for $2.50. An ice cold drink and pizza sticks. Now that's a match made in heaven. Town Pump, convenient and right down the road.
Right down the road, pump it up, yeah.
You're listening to Paddlehead Baseball, ESPN Missoula.
Well, a good start for Izzy Fuentes and the Paddleheads. 3 up, 3 down in the top half of the first inning. Batting order for the Paddleheads. It'll be coming up here for the bottom of the first. Ryan Cash will lead things off, followed by Dondre Hubbard and Keaton Greenwald. So Greenwald stays at the top of the order, just shifts from the leadoff spot to the 3-hole spot you're more used to seeing him through the regular season. Luis Navarro will DH, clean up for the second game in a row, with Jake Gunther. He's been swinging a good bat going towards the end of the year in game 1 as well, 2 hits. Austin Bernard, team leader in hits in game 1, 3 of them. Josh Elvier will bat 7th. McLean O'Connor 8th. Cam Thompson winds out the order against the lefty Pat Maybach. First on the way to switch hitting Ryan Cash. A swing and a ball tipped foul at home plate. Cash a .333 batting average during the season. Played most of the year with Missoula, started it with Glacier, played in over 50 games, 3 homers, 7 doubles, played a great second base as the 0-2 is fouled off over the top of the Mustangs dugout. I mentioned how collectively 1 through 9, Paddleheads were a bit inconsistent in terms of getting guys on base, especially at the top of the order in game 1. Ryan Cash, though, 1 for 2 with a walk. Also had a sac bunt in that game. 0-2 pitch is below the knees to Cash. Got the hook from Maybach. Pat Maybach, who was kind of a utility guy with Billings in his first year with the team last year, pitching in the bullpen and starting rotation, was fixated in the rotation this year. 1-2 pitch is in on the hands. Backing Cash off the plate, a fastball. Fastball will be around 90 miles an hour. Good downward bite to it. Go along with a big hook from the left side. Had 2 complete games this season, did Maybach. 2-2 is a change-up, swing and a miss towards the outside. Good way for Maybach to start things off. Picks up a strikeout to leadoff hitter Cash. Cash not a guy that will strike out very much either. So Maybach gets himself going in the right direction. Maybach during the regular season didn't make 1 appearance out of the bullpen. All 16 appearances starts, ERA at 5.51. 2 complete games, but actually against the Paddleheads didn't have all that good of numbers as the first pitch to Dondre Hubbard finds the outside part of the plate. Maybach 0-2 in 3 starts. ERA was over 8 as well. 0-1 pitch with 1 away. Swinging a ground ball foul towards the third base coach's box. Michael Schlack will let it roll on by. 2 outs, 2 strikes with 1 out. No score here in the bottom of the first inning with the Mustangs going down 1-2-3. Keaton Greenwald waits next with 1 out. The 0-2 from Maybach is skipped in to the glove of Michael Fail. Ball 1, a ball and 2 strikes. Mentioned this in game 1, but even through portions of the first half when the Mustangs were struggling, expect to see strong defense from this Billings outfit led by manager Billy Horton. Very strong defensive team. 1-2 is up above the belt. Even count at 2 to Hubbard. RBI and a run scored. Good out the gates for Dondre Hubbard, but was hitless in his last 4 at-bats. The 2-2 with 1 away. Line drive down the left field line. A fair ball going into the corner. Dondre Hubbard on his horse. He will stride on into second easily with a double. The Paddleheads are off and rolling in the first inning. Extra base hit to get the offense going. And now Keaton Greenwald will get a chance. Went with the changeup again, it looked like, with 2 strikes to Maybach, but that one seemed to hang up there a bit out over the plate. Seemed like Hubbard was sitting in the bushes, timing-wise, for it also. Maybe saw it from Cash an at-bat prior, was able to get a good idea of where it was going to be coming in. But now the team leader in RBIs from the regular season with a man at second base, Keaton Greenwald. He swings one and hits it off the end of the bat right into the Billings Mustangs dugout. Slow rollers, so probably not too dangerous. They don't expect to see it just go right into the dugout like that. Kind of telegraphed in there as well. 0-1 with one out. No score in the first with Hubbard at second base with one out. 0-1 pitch coming in. This one is upstairs to Keaton Greenwald. A ball and a strike. Greenwald dead quiet in game one, finishing 0 for 4. One of those guys that Paddleheads will look to get going. Players like McLean O'Connor, Cam Thompson, Keaton Greenwald, all took 0-fers in game one. 1-1 pitch is low with the curveball. 2-ball, 1 strike count. Maybach, the outing he had in Glacier this season, was one that has to be one of the most noteworthy starts that was made by anybody in the league. Almost. 2-1 pitch with one out is a bloop into right center field. Moving over for it is Gabe Wirtz. Reaches up, he makes the play. Whips it towards the infield, but Hubbard will move on up to third base. Keaton Greenwald looked to get that one off the end of the bat just a bit. Sends it towards the alleyway, but Gabe Wirtz passes his first test out there in right center. Let's look at the rest of the defense for Billings as Luis Navarro jumps towards the box. Brandon Ryan in center with Taylor Lomack, your left fielder. Gabe Wirtz in right. That's your outfield grouping. Mitch Morales at third base with Blake Evans, the shortstop. First on the way to Luis Navarro is a called strike on the outside part of the plate with Sink. Off-speed pitch, 0-1. Luke Fennelly is the second baseman. Alejandro Figueredo at first with John Michael Fail putting down the signs for Maybach. No score, 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch is up to Navarro. Fastball, thought about it, but up above the belt. Count now at a ball and a strike with 2 outs. Dondre Hubbard, a 1-out double in this inning, stands at third. Navarro sees the 1-1 come in. It's low. Blocked by Michael Fail. 2 balls and a strike now to Navarro. Similar to Hubbard, almost carbon copy stat line, going 1 for 4 with an RBI. Got the Paddleheads on the board in the first inning at Dealer Park. RBI hit with 2 outs. 2-1 on its way. Low again to Luis Navarro. Not going after the look to be a changeup below the knees that time. Great hitters count now for Navarro, 3-1. With Jake Gunther, who I mentioned, has been swinging it good last couple of games. He's had multi-hit games his last 2, going back to the season finale against Glacier. Also went 2 for 4 in game 1 of the postseason. 3-1, here it comes. This one right there at the knees. Able to find the spot there with the curve. Full count, 3-2. Navarro seemed to have a pretty patient approach there. Waiting for his pitch, and that's something he's done all year. Payoff, here it comes. It is low and inside. Ball 4. First almost looked like it hit Navarro. Just tried to go hit that spot time and time again. That at-bat did Maybach and just failed to get it. A 2-out walk, that sets it up for Jake Gunther. Gunther, who was on 3 times in game 1, including 2 sequences where he just got textbook, just kept it simple. 2 strike at bats, just went right back up the middle with singles. First pitch to Gunther here. Foul ball, hit it off to the left. Fastball, a little bit of tailing movement away from the left-handed batting Gunther at the knees. Good way to start off the at-bat for Maybach. A walk and a double in this inning, trying to get a run in with 2 outs is Gunther, who had 77 RBIs during the regular season, second on the team. 0-1 coming in. Line drive into right field. Base hit. Sharp ground ball. Gets the Paddleheads on the board. Big swing with 2 outs. Gives Missoula a run. And they lead 1-0 here in the first inning. Sharply hit. Taking advantage of the situation with the runner at first, just poking it right through the infield. And Gunther picks up a big swing to get Missoula on the board early. Set it in the open. It was huge for Missoula to get off to a quick start. The Paddleheads have done so here in Game 2. Now Austin Bernard, who was fantastic in Game 1, jumps in here. Not many multi-hit games going on in Game 1, but Bernard went 3 for 4 with a home run. Batting here with 2 on and 2 out. Pitch on its way. Fly ball, foul. Bit off the end of the bat, but seemed to have that one pretty timed up, did Bernard. Got the breaking ball towards the outside. Bat waved through, had it timed up well. 0-1 Bernard. 36 driven in during the regular season. Had some injury issues, played in 54 games. As Bernard goes after this one, hits a fly ball foul. Figueredo is going to watch this one go to the Blackfoot party deck. Giving chase over by the bullpen off to the right. That one just blind clangs off what looked to be the front railing of the party deck. So an early 2-strike hold for Austin Bernard, but he has been a guy that has done a good job being a patient hitter all season long. Look to continue that here. 0-2 pitch, curved ball, popped up foul again, over towards the right. And thinking about Bernard's approach in Game 1, his home run was just to the right of the scoreboard out there at Dealer Park, a towering blast into right center field. So his approach that night also is going out to right. 1-0 Missoula here in the first with 2 outs, 2 runners still on the bags. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed in the dirt. That will send Bernard packing in this inning with 2 runners left on the bags. But the Paddleheads do get a run in the first inning thanks to Jake Gunther. 1-0 Paddleheads headed to the second inning. This is the Northern Division Playoff on ESPN Radio.
Hi, I'm attorney Dave Maldonado, a seasoned litigator with over a decade of experience in Montana. Have you been injured in a car accident? If so, remember insurance companies want to give you as little money as possible. There's a reason why they have the biggest buildings in the largest cities. Don't let big insurance bully you. Visit BigSkyDefender.com today to see how I can help you get fair compensation for your injuries. Consultation's free and the fight's real.
The Glacier Ice Rink is up and running again. Time to see your experts at Hockey and Lacrosse Bowl. Get fitted for your new hockey or figure skates by our knowledgeable staff. We carry Bauer, CCM, True, and Jackson figure skates for all your skating needs. Come check out the new line of skates and sticks from Bauer and CCM. With major markdowns on apparel throughout the store and outstanding deals on last year's model skates and sticks. Visit the experts at Hockey and Lacrosse Bowl. Open 7 days a week, located at 2621 Brooks Street.
In the month of September alone, partner teams at ESPN-MT and Skyline Sports will drive nearly 4,000 miles to bring you the best Grizz and Bobcat football coverage around. From Missoula and Bozeman to locations further afield, Missoula has now so crewed up all season, courtesy of Town Pump. Ball of the Wild by the Mile returns for a 3rd season, helping ESPN-MT provide the best coverage in the Big Sky Conference and giving you a chance to win a $50 gift card to Town Pump every Wednesday between 4 and 6 on Juana's Now. Ball of the Wild by the Mile, presented by Town Pump.
This is Missoula Paddlehead Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio.
Well, the tensions might be a little bit higher than the regular season here. Northern Division Playoff Game 2. Glad you're back with us. Billings Mustangs getting ready to take their swings here in this half inning as Gabe Wirtz will lead things off. But for Sammy B, it's just another night at the office. Got the sumo suits out there dancing. A dance-off with sumo suits. Okay, Gabe Wirtz will lead things off in this half inning. And what a Game 1 he had. Surely had a bone to pick after last season's postseason exit. First pitch, a swing and a miss by Wirtz. Going after a changeup towards the outside. Big swing at that one, 0-1. Wirtz power like he had last season. A little bit of a slow start with the pop. 0-1 pitch to Wirtz. Another swing and a miss. at the knees, more towards the inside portion of the plate. So going inside out, the first two offerings to Wirtz. Got the power going, 19 home runs, second on the team, 344 average for Wirtz. The 0-2 pitch, ground ball towards the middle, gloved by O'Connor behind the bag, throws out Wirtz for out number one. Maybe just a smidge to the left where O'Connor corralled that ball towards the middle, but able to throw out Wirtz. Took a bit of time getting out to O'Connor, so it made it a bit interesting there. Gabe Wirtz, who was huge in game one, going 4 for 5, retired here to start it out. Alejandro Figueredo is also a huge factor in game one. Rookie campaign had 9 home runs coming down the stretch of the season. First pitch is low and outside, moving away from Figueredo. The big fella, Figueredo, over 6'4", still was able to rumble, bumble, and stumble around for a triple in game one, highlighting a 3-hit effort. 3 for 4. 1-0 on its way. Figueredo lets it rip at a fastball. Comes up empty, a ball and a strike. Good spot on the fastball from Fuentes. 2 RBIs in game one also for Figueredo at 38. Did the product of Florida Gulf Coast. Target in from Bernard. Here it comes. This is low. Change up, 2 balls and a strike. If you want to look for a fabulous baseball facility, just look up Florida Gulf Coast Baseball Park. Oh, it's a sweet spot. 2-1 pitch. It's to the backstop. Good hitter's count now for Figueredo. Trying to get this Billings offense rolling. Here in the second, they trail 1-0. Jake Gunther, an RBI base hit through the right side in the first. Mitch Morales, third baseman, waits next for the Mustangs. 3 balls and a strike. Haven't seen many counts like this. Figueredo trying to take advantage. Here it comes from Fuentes. It's right there on the inside part of the plate. Good pitch there, a changeup, good spot to put it. Tough for Figueredo to go down at the knees and golf that one. Now is in a 3-2 count with 1 away. Target comes back inside from Bernard. Fuentes comes home. Almost hits Figueredo, an easy take, ball 4. And the first base runner of the night for the Mustangs, ahead of Mitch Morales. Now, one aspect where Fuentes can think on, guy that will typically pitch to contact when having success. Morales, not great speed in the box and not great speed either on the bases. So if you're able to get something hit on the ground here, probably a good chance to turn 2 and get yourself out of the inning. But you also have to execute against Morales. Stature-wise, not a big dude, but had 24 extra base hits during the regular season. Even 12 doubles and home runs. First to Morales is low for ball 1. Sinking towards the outer half at the knees. Good pitch there from Fuentes, just didn't get the call. 1 ball and no strikes now. Runner on is Figueredo with 1 out. Looking to go outside again, the 1-0. Similar spot, similar result. Ball 2. Fastball towards the outer half. So Morales gets himself into a good spot. Kind of piggybacking on the success of Figueredo. Maybe the idea is shifting things for Billings, getting a little bit more patient. 2-0 with 1 out. There, got the call with the fastball. 2 balls and a strike. As we mentioned, talking about the start from Alfredo Villa, the patience of the Mustangs definitely was something that worked in their favor. As of the 90-plus pitches that Villa threw, only 55% were for strikes. 2-1, got the call again. Fastball, same pitch. 2-2. So just reluctant to just change up the approach is Fuentes. Just staying away, away, away this whole at-bat, no matter whether he got the call with a strike or not. Even count at 2 now with 1 out. As I mentioned, Figueredo doesn't have great speed working around the bag, so you wouldn't expect him to be on the move in this spot. Times you'll see runners set trying to stay out of a double play or hit and run action. Mustangs do run a good amount as a team, over 100 stolen bases on the season. 2-2 pitch, grounded foul over by Billy Horton. And sitting right below me, good to see him back. Of course, would rather see him out there on the field helping these paddleheads, but back in town, Jason Newman. A good time for him to come back. Came back to Missoula to get a knee procedure done locally in town. Suffered injury to his knee in a game against these Billings Mustangs in the month of July. 2-2 on the way again. This one low again for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes in this at battle between Mitch Morales and Izzy Fuentes. A walk allowed Figueredo to reach in this inning, trying to get 2 men on, get the lead run in scoring position with another free pass here. Luke Fennelly waits in the wings. The pitch with 1 out, popped foul over by the Paddlehead bullpen. And touched on also how the vast bulk, or just about every pitch in this at-bat, have been towards the outer half to Morales. You have to wonder, in this 3-2 battle, if eventually Fuentes is going to come in. Or maybe just go country hardball right at the belt, right at him. Good. 3-2. Fuentes tosses, and Figueredo dives back in there. Swipe tag applied by Gunther, but Figueredo was able to dive back in there safely. Sequence where thinking probably had 2 disengagements to use in a 3-2. Might as well just use one if you're Fuentes. A little bit more interesting than you had thought, though. 3-2 coming in. Popped up. Foul territory. First base side. Bernard's going to run out of room. As it comes into the first couple of rows of the stands, and looks like a fan may have unfortunately gotten the brunt of it. Seeing thumbs up, though, from the zoo crew, so that's a good sign. Staff there having a conversation with the fan, but looks like everything's all right. Didn't exactly see where the person got hit. I just heard the reaction from the crowd after Bernard watched it go out of play. My eyes were more following the players on the field, seeing where they were, see if it was going to stay in play or not. Just saw Nikki Campbell just go screaming by my booth, so she's going into the first couple rows of stands. Here's another 3-2 to Morales. Ground ball, just foul, down the third base line. Sharply hit off the bat of Morales there, as this battle between Morales and Fuentes will continue on. Another Game 2 in the Pioneer League playoffs taking place tonight, as the Ogden Raptors hosting the Rocky Mountain Vibes. They were supposed to start that series the same day the Paddleheads did theirs at Dealer Park on Monday, but they were rained out in Colorado Springs. Actually played Game 1 yesterday. 3-2 again. The Morales coming in with Fuentes set at the chest. Here it is. Hopper, left side, backhanded by O'Connor, flips back to Cash 1. Throw to first is there. What a beautiful turn. 6, 4, 3, and the inning is over. A lengthy battle, but a great turn from Cash and O'Connor on the backhanded stab, and that's the end of the frame. Nobody left here in the second. Paddleheads a 1-0 lead here after 1.5. You're tuned in to the Northern Division Playoffs on ESPN Radio.
There's a lot of things that make Montana great, from the mountains and lakes to some of the finest towns in the West. But what really makes this place special is you. Our communities are full of people who are working hard to build good lives and remarkable things. At Opportunity Bank, our passion is helping folks do just that. Together, we can make a good thing even better. Opportunity Bank of Montana, Stop by and see us or visit us online. Member FDIC.
Join NAMI Walks Missoula for its second annual walk to bring people together of all ages to combat stigma, raise funds, and promote awareness of mental health conditions. At Silver Park in Missoula, starting at 12:30 p.m. Sunday, September 24th. Enjoy plenty of activities and music to get you in the mood for NAMI Walks Missoula. To register, go to namiwalks.org/Missoula or call 406-880-1013. Together, we can make a difference for people affected by mental illness.
Hey Missoula, are you ready for the nittiest, grittiest, barbalootinest party in town? Home Resource is hosting our 19th annual Spontaneous Construction, Team Building Competition, and Festival of Reuse on Saturday, September 16th. Join in the fun, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Cheer on community teams as they build amazing things using only materials from our reuse store. SponCon has food, beverages, live music, family activities, reuse shopping, and projects galore. Admission is free and open to everyone. Get all the details at homeresource.org.
What's up? This is Sammy B, the MC for your Missoula Paddleheads. Thanks for listening to Paddleheads Baseball on ESPN Missoula 102.9 FM.
Lefty-lefty battle starts the second. Josh Elvier in the box. In a 1-0 contest, the Paddleheads the early advantage here in the second inning. Bottom third of the order with McLean O'Connor and Cam Thompson following Elvier here in this half inning. 1-0 pitch from Maybach. Curved ball, couldn't find the top of the zone. Close there on the inside part of the plate. Michael Fail gave it as good of a look as he could. 2-0 start to this at-bat for Elvier. Went deep in game one. 2-0 on the way here. Is upstairs again from Maybach. 3 balls and no strikes. Maybach, who struggled much more with control last season than he did this year. Only 30 walks in 80-plus innings. 3-0 pitch is at the bottom of the zone this time. Fastball with sink. Elvier was starting to think about flipping the bat towards the dugout. Called back in there. Still a good hitter's count. 6 home runs during the year. A home run in game one, as I mentioned. Elvier, there goes the bat. Look out. Onto the concourse on the top row of the seats. It cleared the protective netting and made it all the way over the top of the seating area. I guess that's going to be a souvenir of sorts. Whoa, baby. Maybe not. Is it going back to the field? Wow. Yes. Alfredo Villa's got the bat from in the stands. I don't think I have ever seen that. I've seen the bat go flying to protective netting. I haven't seen it go into the stands. Wow. 3-2 pitch now. Swing and a miss on the outer half. Maybach comes all the way back from 3-0 to get Elvier. What an interesting at-bat that was. Out number one, just a K in the book, with a bat going flying into the crowd. 2 strikeouts in a row now for Maybach. Maybach going back to the last half inning. Now McLean O'Connor in year 3 in the postseason with Missoula. First pitch here is below the knees. And O'Connor has surely had big swings. Thinking back especially to the championship run in 21. Game 1 did not go his way, though, as the 1-0 is off the plate. Now 2-0 count. O'Connor, not the night he was looking for, surely, went 0 for 5 after a fantastic 2023 campaign in all aspects. 2-0. Half swing, looked like he went. Yes, he did. Pitch at the knees. Off-speed breaking ball, 2-1. Pitch that, even if O'Connor would have been able to lay off in that spot, probably would have been called a strike anyway. The 2-1 pitch coming in, a high hopper foul. Third base side of the field, now an even count at 2. One thing that's a bit different here from Maybach, at least in this half inning, is his pace. Typically, Maybach thought of a guy that works with a slow pace, but here working quickly. 2-2. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball below the knees. Maybach maybe trying to feed off the momentum that he's been starting to build up as he has now struck out 3 in a row. Base is empty at bat now with 2 outs for Cam Thompson. Paddleheads were able to collect 2 hits and a walk in the first inning to score a run. They lead 1-0. Maybach looking to maybe get things more rolling in his direction now. First to Cam Thompson is low for ball 1. But interesting how Maybach has fallen behind all 3 batters he's faced here in this half inning. A 2-0 start in last at bat, 3-0 to Elvier. 1-0 to Thompson. Fastball, that one catches the zone at the knees on the outer half. 2 pretty good innings for Fuentes so far, just 1 base runner given up. A ball and a strike offering from Maybach, waves and misses at the breaking ball below the knees. Heavy diet of that in this half inning. Seems like it's been more curveballs from Maybach than we've seen fastballs. 1-0, 1-2 pitch is a ground ball to the right of second base. Easy play for Fennelly. He'll throw on to get Thompson, and that's it for this half inning. 2 Ks and a 4-3. Much better there for Maybach. 3 up, 3 down to the bottom third of the order. Missoula's still out in front of this one. They lead 1-0. We will head to the 3rd inning of this Northern Division playoff battle.
Aware's Charity Golf Scramble is back. You're invited to join the fun on September 27th at the Missoula Country Club. Learn how you can register to golf or become a sponsor at aware-inc.org/golf. Not a golfer? No problem. You can still support an amazing cause. Learn how to get involved or join our team at aware-inc.org. Together we help people with mental health and developmental disabilities live independent lives. Aware's Charity Golf Scramble is back. You're invited to join the fun on September 27th at the Missoula Country Club.
Check out Purple, a mattress firm, and feel for yourself how it's firm and pressure relieving at the same time. You'll feel the hyper-elastic gel that creates the Purple Grid. During the Mattress Firm Labor Day event, get $200 off the Purple mattress and save up to $900 off an adjustable mattress set. Also, during the Mattress Firm Labor Day sale, you can get 20% off accessories too. Locally owned and nationally known.
Missoula City Cemetery presents Stories and Stones, an annual cemetery tour offering an afternoon of living history with volunteers telling the stories of many men and women who have helped to create our community. The Western Montana Genealogical Society, Garden City Seeds, UM History Department, Missoula County Veterans will be there too as volunteers to help visitors find family grave sites and monuments. It'll be a spooky good time full of history. Free and open to the public. Sunday the 17th until 3 p.m. at 200 Cemetery Road.
We now return to Paddlehead Play-by-Play on ESPN Radio.
The 3rd inning will also begin with the bottom third of the order, just like how the last half did for Missoula, which means the Mustangs will send Luke Fennelly, Brady West, and Blake Evans to the plate here for this 3rd inning, with Missoula leading by a run. Mentioned how the Southern Division playoffs also in action as Ogden Raptors and Rocky Mountain Vibes battling out in the South. Raptors hosting playoff baseball for the 3rd year in a row, having won the first half pennant in the South the last now 3 seasons, same as Missoula. Luke Fennelly jumping into the box. Mentioned the rainout that they had on Monday. Played game 2 yesterday afternoon out there in Colorado Springs. Game just dominated by the Vibes as Luke Fennelly swings at the first pitch, hits it to the right of second. Cash, a bit of a bobble, throw to first. Fennelly safe at first. Able to beat the throw after the bobble by Cash to the right of second base. Give credit to Fennelly, was hustling it out. Routine ground ball, and is able to reach because of the play at second base. I would imagine that will be an error, and yes, it will be. E4 charge to Cash allows Fennelly to reach base. That is the first error committed defensively on either side. Area that was a bit not what the Paddleheads were looking for in game 1 as well, as they committed 3 errors defensively. We'll now see Brady West jump into the box. Left-handed batting. A lot of times seeing him behind the plate this year for the Mustangs. Guy that's also appeared in this ballpark in the postseason, not as a member of the Mustangs, was actually a chucker in 21 in the Northern Division playoff. First pitch to Brady West. He fouls it off to the left. West, a guy who's floated around a bit, different Pioneer League ball clubs. The Chuckers with them. Was with the Rocky Mountain Vibes for a chunk of time as well this season before being traded over to these Mustangs. Played in over 30 games, 34 of them, batted .272 to Brady West. 0-1. Guy's got some pop from the left side. Throw to first. Fennelly sees it go by. Gunther. He will advance to second base on the wild throw. So the Paddleheads doing themselves no favors here in the third inning. They allow Fennelly to reach on an error, and now a throwing error by Fuentes allows Fennelly to move up into second base. So the Mustangs have to do absolutely nothing to get a runner into scoring position here in the third, trying to tie this game up. I mentioned Ogden just getting crushed by the Vibes. Was 11-0 yesterday. Game 2, a bit of a different story. On one pitch to Brady West is outside. Fastball just below the knees as well. Count now at a ball and a strike. West, mentions, got some pop at double-digit home runs with the Chuckers in 21. Just under double digits this year, 10 doubles and 8 home runs for Brady West. 1-1 pitch coming in. Swing and a miss. Pitch on the outer half. A changeup. 2 strikes now with nobody out in this half inning. Fennelly, who does have good speed, is at second base. Mustangs trying to get their first run of the game in, thanks to 2 mistakes in this half inning. Both errors charged. 9-batter Blake Evans is next. West swings and misses. Just kept going after that pitch on the outside below the knees. And that's a big strikeout for Fuentes with a man in scoring position. That will now send Blake Evans to the box. Evans, interesting to see how this at-bat is used for him, for the Rook, out of Georgia Southern. As Fennelly at second base, has good speed in the box to the left-handed batting Evans. Thompson playing a bit in at third, thinking about a bunt. First pitch is popped up behind home plate. Bernard tracks, but this one's into the seats. Fan trying to make a barehanded catch. Unable to. Message was relayed to me that Fan sitting there in the stands is okay. Nicky Campbell checked on him. But in the last half inning, Fan took a foul ball, pop up to the dome, to the head. Is okay, though. Some wacky sequences on that side of the field tonight. Fan taking a foul ball to this dome, and then Elvier throwing his bat into the first row of the concourse. 0-1 pitch coming in. Almost hits Evans. Fastball with sink to the inside. Count now evened up at a ball and a strike. Evans was productive in the 9 spot in the order in game 1. Your job at this spot in the order, get yourself on base. That's exactly what Evans was able to do. 3 times, 2 walks, a hit. 1-1 pitch is up above the belt. Change-up didn't quite find it there. 2 balls and a strike now to Evans. First base open in this spot. Top of the order, waiting next for the Mustangs with a man at second base. It's Fennelly. Paddleheads with the lead, but the tying run in scoring position with 1 away. 2-1. Coming in to Blake Evans, who now squares to bunt, hits it up the third base line. This one in foul territory is going to be touched up there by Thompson. So trying to cue one up the third base line. My guess, not trying to move Fennelly up in that spot, more trying to get himself on base in that sequence with a little small ball in front of the top of the order. Just couldn't quite keep it fair up the third base line. And I'm surprised the Paddleheads waited that long to touch that one up. Because usually when you see a slow rolling bunt like that up the line, the second it goes in foul ground, you'll see a hit player just reach and tap it, make sure it's a dead ball. The 2-2 now. Low and inside to the glove of Bernard, able to stop it before it gets to the backstop. But Evans, tough at bat, not chasing here. Big pitch coming in this sequence, 3-2. Mentioned much different Raptors and vibes. Rocky Mountain has trailed throughout a 5-3 lead for the Raptors as they try to stave off elimination. Just like the Paddleheads, 3-2. Check swing, foul ball. Got out of the glove of Bernard. Almost, at first, looked like it was just cleanly right through the glove without making contact of the bat of Evans. But as it stood, a foul tip. And Evans probably fortunate that Bernard did not hang on to that one, as it didn't look to have a ton coming off the bat. We'll see another 3-2. Fuentes had a 3-2 battle go his way in the last inning. Here it comes here. Ground ball, left side, through the left side. Base hit for Evans. They are going to stop Fennelly at third, but Evans battles away and does his job. Sets it up for the top of the order now with runners at the corners. First hit recorded for the Mustangs, and now they have a great offensive look for the top of their order as Taylor Lomack will jump into the box. Inning set up by the error at second base. Fennelly now at third. Also saw a throwing error from Fuentes. Taylor Lomack bounced to the right of the mound. The first time he came up, but takes a ball. The first pitch thrown in here. Fastball low and away. Top of the third inning, Mustangs with a threat here. Blake Evans, second hit, now 2 for 3 in this series overall. 1-0 to Lomack. Grounded slowly, third base side. Thompson will let it kick foul. Fennelly, who is coming up the line from third, will have to stride on back in there. A ball and a strike. Ogden just added yet another run in the fifth inning, now a 3-run advantage. A little bit of a back-and-forth affair there. Ogden was off to a great start in the first inning. They scored 4 runs in the first to lead by 4. Then Rocky Mountain came back with 3 unanswered to cut the lead to 1. Now a 3-run advantage in the fifth at 6-3. A ball and a strike to Taylor Lomack. Pitch from Fuentes, runner on the move. Bernard will hang on to it as runner at first slides on into second. Evans now in scoring position as well, with 2 runners on at second and third. That sequence there with a runner at third base. Bernard was thinking about the possibility of that run trying to come in from third base on a throw from Bernard. So he puts the gun back in the holster in that spot. Pitch was a strike at the top of the zone, but now 2 runners in scoring position. The 1-2 on its way. Lomack lets it go by, up above the belt, just barely. Came back off speed that time, did Fuentes. Didn't miss by a ton. And now a 2-2 count. Brendan Ryan waits. Mustangs, threatening look here with 2 on, with 1 out. Target comes away now, 2-2. Sinks towards the outer half, just outside. Fans clamoring for that one to be called a strike. Pretty darn close, but just off the plate. 3-2, a big pitch coming here with first base open. Fuentes the payoff. Fouled off. The end of the bat. Went after him with a changeup again, more towards the top portion of the zone. Interesting how 3-2 has been a popular count. Thinking back to the at-bat with Morales, a 3-2 battle resulted in double play. Fennelly's at-bat also. Now here, 3-2 again. Ground ball, Gunther can't get it. Under his glove and into right field. This will give the Mustangs the lead. A 2-run single from Taylor Lomack in this half inning, and Billings jumps in front 2-1. 3 RBIs in this series now for Taylor Lomack as the Mustangs lead for the first time. But if you're the Paddleheads, you just cannot have sequences like you did in this inning in postseason baseball. Can't have it. 2 errors. That sets up the Mustangs offense. Give them credit. The door was lurched open just a hair, and the Mustangs came barreling through. As Brendan Ryan jumps in with 1 out, he takes a strike at the knees. Now, if you're Fuentes, this is where you have to settle in now. You cannot let the Mustangs continue to build momentum. You have to find a way to limit damage now. 0-1, Brendan Ryan bounced out to Cash in the first inning. 0-1 here is swung on and missed. Below the knees, comes in with the change. Ryan was well out in front of that. John Michael Fail waits. Taylor Lomack, ground ball, just gets by Jake Gunther at first base. Allows the Mustangs to get 2 runs in. Count it 0-2 to Brendan Ryan. Lomack, a bunch of speed on at first. Could be a situation where he takes off. Fair size lead. The 0-2 is cut on and missed. Off the plate away. Buenos dias, buenos tardes, buenos noches, Brendan Ryan. He's 0 for 2. John Michael Fail will now be the hitter with a man at first and 2 away. Taylor Lomack, say he is a threat on the bags would maybe be a bit of an understatement. Top 3 in the league in stolen bases, something the Mustangs did quite often. 133 stolen bags as a team. Lomack, the team leader, with 41 steals. Michael Fail in the box. First is on the way. It's going to second is Lomack, and now will advance to third on a throw into center field. Defensive just blunders, hampering the Paddleheads big time in this inning. That is now the 3rd error committed in this inning alone. And again, puts the Mustangs in a more threatening situation. Instead of dealing with just a runner at first with 2 outs, now you have to think about a runner all the way at third base with great speed in Lomack. Austin Bernard, who typically is a very strong defensive catcher, sees that one get away into center field. Couple of plays you're just not used to seeing defensively. Brian Cash, that of one of, if not the best defensive second baseman in the league. I've said it. I've seen Austin Bernard, best defensive catcher we've seen in the Pioneer. Just things going against that here in this 3rd inning, allowing the Mustangs to get 2 runs on the board, and they now lead by a run here, 2-1. Top 3, 2 away. John Michael Fail, such a big offensive weapon at chance with a runner at third. Swings and hits a high fly center field, dead center, medium depth. Greenwald waits and puts it away. Ends the top of the 3rd. But the Billings Mustangs strike twice thanks to a big swing from Taylor Lomack. A 2 RBI hit gives the Mustangs a 1-run lead here in this Northern Division Playoff Series.
Missoula Fight fans, Fusion Fight League presents Rios vs. Powers on September 22nd at the Adams Center. Undefeated featherweight Connell Peter Pan Powers of the Missoula Dog Pound is taking on his toughest opponent yet, Chris Wartime Rios, a heavy-handed pro out of 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu and Extreme Couture MMA in Las Vegas. With 14 fights on tap, we've got pro fights, title fights, and rising star debuts. September 22nd is going to be electric. Tap, snap, or nap, watch as these fighters lay it all on the line. Tickets are on sale now online or at the Adams Center box office. For information regarding VIP floor tables, please call 406-697-0542. Fusion Fight League presents Rios vs. Powers, September 22nd at the Adams Center. Feel the energy of live MMA. September 22nd is going to be electric.
Hello, this is Bill Coffey, CEO of Stockman Bank. We are a Montana-born company, family-owned, and uniquely focused on meeting the financial needs of all Montanans. As we celebrate our 70th anniversary, we remain independent and committed to traditional Western values with the power of local management and decision-making and homegrown community service. Stop by any of our locations across Montana and discover the Stockman difference. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking member FDIC.
of your radio? Stream Paddlehead Baseball live on 1029ESPN.com or on the TuneIn Radio app. Now, back to the ballpark.
Maybe trying to right a wrong from the last half inning. Here comes the top of the order, Ryan Cash. Will get things started as the Paddleheads now trail 2-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. Switch hitting second baseman up for the second time against Pat Maybach. First pitch coming in, it's low and inside. An inning in which the Mustangs put together some at-bats. Situation set up nicely for him. 1-0 pitch on the way is a pop fly into shallow right field. Coming in for it is Wirtz, and Wirtz will make the play. Fennelly was also out there in shallow right, but Wirtz able to corral it for the first out here at the bottom of the third inning. As Ryan Cash, quiet start, now 0 for 2. Pat Maybach faced a challenge there in the first, but is seemingly now settled in. Cash now, as I mentioned, 0 for 2. D'Andre Hubbard, extra base success in the first inning, jumps in with 1 out and the base is empty here. 3 hits for Missoula, 2 on the other side for Billings, both of them in the last half inning to bring 2 runs in. They lead 2-1 now. Paddleheads an RBI single in the first from Gunther as Hubbard fouls off the first pitch of this AB. Came in towards the inner half just a smidge. Hubbard hits it almost straight back foul. 0-1 now. Double in the first inning was a liner on the third base side of the field. 0-1, Pat Maybach kicks and fires. Up and away. Counted a ball and a strike now. After allowing the RBI single with 2 outs, Maybach now retired 5 in a row. 1-1 pitch coming in. Fly ball, well struck but foul, down by the Blackfoot party deck. A ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Missoula, of course, trailing 1-0 in this series. Paddleheads are able to get the win. Be back here tomorrow. If not, all done for 23. 1-2 pitch. Foul away again off to the right by Hubbard. Trying to battle here, reach base, give Keaton Greenwald a chance to do some damage. Waits in the wings for Missoula, trying to find a rebuttal here in the bottom half of the third inning. Paddleheads have grabbed leads in the early innings. 1-2 pitch with 1 out, sinks below the knees for ball 2 to even up the count. Saw Missoula lead in the first 2 innings in game 1, and the same true here in game 2. But Billings getting things going in the top of the third, getting a pair of runs in, as I mentioned. 2-ball, 2-strike count to D'Andre Hubbard. Maybach rocks and fires. Curveball, line drive, diving stop to the right of the bag by Morales. Morales comes off the bag and makes the grab. Touched on it. Defense usually very strong from this squad coached up by Billy Horton. Nice catch there to the right of the bag to take at least a base hit away from Hubbard. Second out recorded in this half inning. Maybach looking for his second consecutive 1-2-3 frame here in the third. Pitch to Greenwald in a 1-run contest is waved at and missed. Got the hook and was out in front of it. 0-1. For the most part, Maybach seems to be keeping that curveball down. 0-1 pitch coming in to Greenwald. This one tomahawked off the end of the bat. Trying to get to that pitch on the outside part of the plate. Looked to be a changeup. 0-2 count. But interesting also how a lot of times you just see Maybach through the regular season, this slow cerebral approach, but just been cruising along with his role here. 0-2 pitch. Grounded foul over by Michael Schlack. Greenwald flew out to Gabe Wirtz in right center field, his first at-bat in the first inning. Paddleheads trailing by a run, 2-1. Maybach looking for a shutdown inning after his offense gave him some help. 0-2 with the target away. Pitch to Greenwald is low, blocked by Michael Fail. Went change up again. Greenwald was able to stay off of it that time. 4 strikeouts for Maybach through 2 2/3. Had 3 Ks in a row from the end of the first to the second. A 1-2 pitch coming once again to Greenwald. It is swung on and a foul at the plate. To the naked eye, looked like a straight swing through by Greenwald. Tough pitch to handle there in that spot. A curveball that looked to be just a smidge below the knees. But on the inside portion of the plate, probably too close to chance it. Maybach's point of view, a perfect pitch to throw. A ball and 2 strikes. Maybach seems to have his good stuff going to this point. Pitch 1-2. Upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. One thing that seems to be true is the Paddleheads seem to be getting a fair amount of pitches out of Maybach in these battles he's had. Just haven't found a barrel last couple times up. 2-2 to Greenwald. Here is below the knees. Now a full count with 2 outs. Trying to give the former Mustang, Luis Navarro, an at-bat here in the third, with the Paddleheads trailing 2-1. Keaton Greenwald trying to stay tough, get himself aboard. The payoff pitch is on the way from Maybach, and it is strike 3 called on the inside part of the plate. Curved ball at the knees, got him looking. That is the end of the inning. Couple of boo-birds out for the call, but that looked to be right there. That's it for this half frame. Maybach now 7 retired in a row, and the Mustangs lead 2-1, headed to the 4th.
Sometimes it's stressful juggling all your responsibilities on the weekends. You know you need to do your chores. You know you want to spend time with your family. But really, you just want to watch football all day. Paradise Falls is the perfect option for a family-friendly place to hang out and still have a chance to catch all the games. Open 7 a.m. till midnight and offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Paradise Falls has 30 big-screen TVs, ESPN3 capabilities, and much, much more. Swing on by Paradise Falls on Brook Street anytime you're in the mood for some food or some football. Paradise Falls, 3621 Brook Street, Missoula's coolest hotspot.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, pump it up, pump it up.
Had a rough day? Ready to relax? Stop by your local Town Pump and grab a 12-pack of 16-ounce Pabst, only $11.99. And if you're a rewards member, save an extra $2, only $9.99. Town Pump, convenient and right down the road.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up.
Join Climate Smart Missoula and partners for Climate Solutions Week. Engage in activities for all ages that explore local solutions, from financing energy projects to exciting new research and a climate conversations workshop. Be sure to attend our main event, the 5th Annual Climate and Clean Energy Expo, Saturday the 23rd at Karis Park, with solar installers, an electric bike and car show, and lots of ways to get involved. Join us September 16th through the 23rd. Details at MissoulaClimate.org.
ESPN Radio for Western Montana, KKVU HD3 Stevensville, and 102.9 FM on K275BS Missoula.
Hey, this is manager Michael Schlack, and you're listening to Missoula Paddleheads Baseball on ESPN Missoula 102.9.
Tight battle enters the 4th inning and does so with the 4th batter in the Billings Mustangs order, Gabe Wirtz, coming on up. 2-1 lead for the folks from the Magic City as Izzy Fuentes steps on the rubber. First pitch to Gabe Wirtz coming in, and it is a strike on the outside corner. 3rd inning, Paddleheads will probably just want to forget about. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom half after giving up 3 errors and the lead. Mustangs scoring twice in the last frame. The 0-1 to Wirtz. He looks at strike 2 on the outer half. Good pitch there, a changeup towards the outside. Wirtz a bouncing ball to the shortstop, his first AB. Figueredo and then Morales coming up in this inning after him. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball this time is low and outside. Trying to see if Wirtz would go fishing after 2 called strikes to that part of the plate. Smart idea there if you're Fuentes. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes right back out there again. 1-2 pitch coming to Wirtz. Waved at and almost swung through. First thought he didn't make contact. Pitch on the inside part of the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. Seems to be that's how pitchers like to attack Wirtz, going towards the back foot with breaking balls. A ball and 2 strikes. Target away this time. Pitch is swung on and belted to center, but moving in and making the grab is Keaton Greenwald's. Sinking line drive, didn't have enough time to get down as Greenwald's able to stride on in and make the grab. Wirtz retired for the second at-bat in a row. He is now 0 for 2. Alejandro Figueredo now jumps into the box. Able to draw a walk against Fuentes in the second inning with 1 out. Only free pass that Fuentes has given up to this point. Bases empty here with 1 out in the third. Pitch on its way is a borderline strike on the outside. Top of the zone there, moving away from Figueredo. Few innings ahead are the Raptors and Vibes, bottom 6. Keep an eye on that Southern Division battle. See if Ogden can stave off elimination. The 0-1 on its way. Swing and a miss by Figueredo. Sinking to the knees on the inside, 0-2. In a spot here, if you're Fuentes, if you can have a solid inning, you can get some more juice back into the dugout. On the third base side, seemingly Billings feeding off the momentum of Maybach, who's been solid so far. 0-2 to Figueredo. High hopper, foul. Right over by Horton. Whoa, bobbles it. There we go. Able to handle it eventually. And Billy Horton, very competitive guy, and really runs his clubhouse very organized, very regimented, so to speak. Everything is very planned. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Big rip by Figueredo. Could not get to the fastball. See you later. Out number 2. Maybe a little jolts for the fans as well, as that is a strikeout in the Big Creek Coffee Roasters jitter inning, which means a free cup of joe. As I've been saying, go for the cold brew. Still getting to the end of summer. You can still fit it in. Why not? It's too early for the pumpkin spice. Come on now. No. That can't happen until October. That should be something penned in ink. As Mitch Morales jumps in with 2 outs, he takes a fastball for a strike. It's kind of to me like Christmas music. No pumpkin spice before October 1st, and no Christmas music until after Thanksgiving Day. There you go. Those are your 2 rules from Safford. 0-1 with 2 away in a 1-run contest in the 4th. The pitch to Morales. Ground ball hopping towards O'Connor. He has it clean. He throws out Morales. That's it for the top of the 4th. K, fly ball, and a ground ball. In this inning, Fuentes checking off all the boxes. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 4th. Stays at a 1-run deficit. Billings leads 2-1. This is the Northern Division Playoffs on ESPN Missoula.
There's a lot of things that make Montana great, from the mountains and lakes to some of the finest towns in the West. But what really makes this place special is you. Our communities are full of people who are working hard to build good lives and remarkable things. At Opportunity Bank, our passion is helping folks do just that. Together, we can make a good thing even better. Opportunity Bank of Montana. Stop by and see us or visit us online. Member FDIC.
No matter the season, what's more enjoyable than savoring a refreshing beer? Canby Tap House boasts Missoula's finest selection and widest array of specialty beers on tap. Canby has 2 locations, each with dozens and dozens of taps for you to try beers from all over the world. Canby Tap House also offers several tap wines, a variety of other tasty beverages, and a delicious food selection. Canby Tap House prides itself on having the most diverse selection of specialty beers in the Garden City. Open from 9 until 9 daily. Canby Tap House, a gathering place for all to enjoy.
Hey, this is producer Andrew at Nuanez Now, here to tell you all about the new ESPN MT app. The ESPN MT app is your new home for watching all live and archived episodes of Nuanez Now, as well as Montana Grizzlies hockey games. You can download the ESPN MT app on all iPhone and Android devices. Just go to the App Store and search for ESPN MT. to make sure that you'll catch every second of Nuanez Now and the excitement of this year's Montana Grizzlies hockey season. Download the ESPN MT app today.
Away from your radio, stream Paddlehead Baseball live on 1029ESPN.com. Now back to the ballpark.
Bottom four now with the DH, Luis Navarro. First pitch from Maybach. Way outside for ball one as we return here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. 2 hits apiece for both clubs. Difference in the game, errors in that second inning. Pitch to Navarro, 1-0 is up above the belt this time. Navarro, Gunther, and then Austin Bernard. Batters 4 through 6 in a 2-1 contest. Maybach falls behind Navarro early here, the 2-0 on its way. Up above the belt again, off speed, 3-0. It's interesting how Maybach has seemingly flirted with walks through this start. Number of 3-ball counts, trailing in the count, hasn't had one to this point. See what happens here. 3-0 pitch to Navarro. Ooh, top of the zone, strike. Fastball with sink to it. Just enough there to find the top of the zone. 3-1. Maybach once again working pretty quickly. Target comes in from Michael Fail. The 3-1 offering. Off the plate away. Ball 4. I just said Maybach had not given up a walk. That's actually not true. Is the only man that had drawn one to that point. Just did again. Luis Navarro gets the free pass. 2 walks now. Missoula has a leadoff base runner. First time they've had a runner of any kind since the first, as Maybach had retired 7 in a row before that free pass. Lefty-lefty battle with Jake Gunther. First pitch here is up and in. Fastball misses the top. Moving a bit towards Gunther. Able to get a ground ball through the right side with a man at third base with 2 outs. His first time up, his 3rd hit of the series, and first RBI. Got the Paddleheads a 1-0 advantage. Gunther, the 1-0 pitch to him. Got the curve, and it missed the plate on the outside. 2-0. Navarro, he plays defensively, typically a catcher. An old adage, catcher's legs. Navarro not the best speed on the squad. The 2-0 to Gunther almost hits him, coming way up and in. Now Michael Fail is going to go out to talk with Maybach, who has been, as I mentioned, the last 2 innings just cruising. But all of a sudden, it's run into a little blip here in the 4th inning. Danger of putting the first 2 men of this inning on the bags. Put the tying run in scoring position, put the lead run on the bases. And whenever you get into postseason battles like this, it's always interesting to see how long or short a leash is for a starting pitcher. 3 balls and no strikes now to Gunther. Here it comes. At the knees, right at the knees. Gunther looked to be taking all the way. And as I mentioned earlier, say it again, reigning Pioneer League MVP Jason Newman's back in town. Sitting right below me, so probably hears me talking about him. 3-1 pitch. Yes, he does. Waving. 3-1 got the call there. Looked to be below the knees. Gunther thought so anyway. Maybach maybe gets a gift. Instead of a free pass, now strike 2. Bernard on deck. Navarro at first. Big pitch here. The payoff is grounded through the right side. Base hit for Gunther. Navarro is going to stop at second. Throw is cut off by, looks to be, Evans. Headed towards third, but a big swing there with 2 strikes. Textbook takes advantage of the open space on the right side of the infield with middle infielders going towards the bag. And Gunther picks up his 2nd hit in a row. First hit for Missoula since the 1st inning. 2 on with nobody out here in the 4th in a 1-run contest. See what the idea is here for switch hitting catcher Austin Bernard. As I mentioned, Jason Newman, his leg knee all wrapped up. Pitch on the way to Bernard is fouled away. Had a procedure done. Suffered at knee injury at Dealer Park right around the 4th of July. Had a base hit to right, but just like Clay Fisher in 2021, real similar injury. Remember just seeing him just toppled in a heap in the right-hand batter's box. But it's good to see him back in town on the mend. 0-1 is skipped into home plate. Michael Fail just kind of knocks it down out towards Maybach. Doing a good job keeping it close, though. Surely that's a big sequence for Billings, just keeping that ball from getting away. Thinking about the situation you have at this point with 2 runners on at first and second, but you still have the force set up in this spot. A ball hit on the ground from Bernard in this instance. Good chance to get 2 turned. Mustangs thinking about the possibility of a bunt, inching the corner infielders in. 1-1 coming into Bernard. Line drive off to left. This is down and towards the wall. Navarro chugging to the plate, and this game is tied on the RBI single from Austin Bernard. Paddleheads have it set up to go big now. 2 on with nobody outs, with Elvier coming up. Austin Bernard continues to be productive in this Northern Division Series. Now 1 for 2 in this one, and 4 for 6 in the series with 2 RBIs. We will see a visit from pitching coach Dennis Rasmussen now. Go out talking with Maybach, as he sees really one of the first sustained runs of success in Maybach's last 2 innings. 6 retired in a row with 3 strikeouts. Tough to do much better than that. Didn't see much loud contact at all in that 6-batter stretch either. The only really one was the line drive off the bat of Hubbard that was caught by Morales off the bag. But if you're not making adjustments in the dugout over the course of a game, don't know what to say. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing, expecting similar results, or different results. Josh Elvier jumps in and takes the ball inside. So this veteran club led by Michael Schlack, a couple of these guys, same with Billings, have been in these postseason battles before. Able to make an adjustment here in the middle frames. Tie game now in the 4th. 1-0 pitch. Elvier lets a strike go by at the bottom of the zone. Good pitch there from Maybach to even the count. If you're Maybach, you want to just live right there. Sink right on the border, on the outside at the knees. Elvier struck out swinging. Started in the middle of a 3-batter stretch where Maybach struck out 3. As Elvier takes a rip at one, but it was way outside. Elvier having some words with himself as he takes a little bit of time out of the box now. Almost seemed like he knew it the second he swung the bat that he did something that he didn't want to. Now he's in a 2-strike hole in this lefty-lefty battle. Nobody out with 2 runners on. O'Connor to follow. Maybach comes to the plate. Low and outside, hoping Elvier would go after it. Good idea. Why not? You see a wild swing at a breaking ball away? Why not just go right back out there again? Sometimes the game of baseball so intricate, sometimes so rudimentary. Bullpen action going for Billings for the first time off to the right. 2-2 to Elvier. Lifted foul off to the left, able to stay in the midst of this at-bat. Trying to go away again was Maybach. Tried to speed him up a bit with a fastball at the knees, but Elvier was able to stay on it. RBI single from Bernard. He stands at first. Gunther at second base in this inning. Count still even. Pitch to Elvier is looked at. Ball 3. Checked his swing. Just able to keep it back. Pretty darn close. Elvier able to stay off of it. Now a huge pitch coming in this spot. 3-2 with nobody out, in danger of loading the bases in front of O'Connor. 3-2 offering from Maybach will not come as he steps off the rubber. Disengagement used. Slowing down the pace now with runners on the bags is Maybach. Trying to limit damage in this tie contest now in the 4th. The payoff to Elvier. Swing and a miss. on the inside part of the plate, but looked to be in a good spot to hit that one. Just was behind the fastball, must have been thinking breaking ball for the third time in a row. Maybach pulls the right string to get a big strikeout, try to wiggle his way to a better spot in this inning. Good time to pick up a K for Maybach. Still plenty to get out of this inning, though, with 2 on and now 1 out. O'Connor in the box. First on the way. Ground ball, left-hand side coming in. Evans going to flip to second one. Fenelly's going to hang on to it at second base. Speed of O'Connor, too much in that instance to think about a double play. But the Mustangs now with 2 outs in the frame as Bernard is retired, heads back to the dugout. Gunther moves up to third base. Now runners on at the corner, 2 away for Cam Thompson. O'Connor just stays cold in this series, still hitless in the second game of this Northern Division playoff. Come up empty now in his first 7 ABs of the postseason. Cam Thompson looks to get clutch with 2 outs. He waves and misses. Fastball challenge in the first pitch, and Thompson swings right through it. 0-1. Thompson also looking for his first hit of the postseason. Bounced out to Fenelly to end the second inning. Base hit here would put Missoula back in front as Maybach picks back to first to check on O'Connor. I'm thinking of speed. O'Connor surely a guy to think about in that instance. Team leader in steals, only caught 4 times during the year with 30 stolen bases. 0-1 battle for Thompson. Pitches below the knees. Gave him the curveball. Thompson lets it go by in the dirt. Ball strike count now to Thompson with 2 outs. 3 batters in a row. Got a run in for Missoula. Walk and 2 singles. Looking for more with 2 outs now. Pitch in a tie game with runners at the corners is low and outside to Thompson. Fastball, bit of movement away from the left-handed batting Cam Thompson. Can't be too displeased with what his Kansas State Wildcats have done. One in my eyes, the more underrated football programs around the country. 2-1 pitch with 2 away, low and outside again. Blocked by Michael Fail. Again, another solid stop there from the rookie. Even more important in this instance to keep it close, thinking about a man just 90 feet away with 2 outs. Danger of another free pass in this inning. A leadoff walk to Navarro started this. Thompson now in a 3-1 count with 2 away. Here it comes. Fly ball down the left field line. Going back is Lomack at the wall, up against the wall, reaches up, and it's not caught. Up against the wall, up over his head. Gunther scores. Behind him is O'Connor. Into second base is Killicam. Big swing there. It just had enough carry to get over Lomack's head, and the Paddleheads have the lead back. And to celebrate as the beer batter folks are heading to the concession stands to get those discounted suds. Big swing from the third-year veteran Cam Thompson to give Missoula the advantage at 4-2. A 2-run double off the left field wall as Cash takes a big swing. Comes up empty, 0-1. He had one thought in his mind there, sending one back to Glacier Bank Park. He took a big rip at that one. Cash 0 for 2 start with a man at second here. 3 runs on the board for Missoula. The 1-1 pitch up above the belt. Fastball count now at a ball and a strike. Both teams have now led in this one. Early start to the lead in the first. 2 runs in the third. Got Billings out in front. Now 3 runs in this inning. 1-1. Cash hits one on a line. Lomack tracking it. It's going to have it go out of his glove. Cash is going to head into second base. A sliding attempt by Lomack and left. Could not quite grab it. I think it went off the webbing of the glove, but could not snag it. And that brings in another run as Thompson scores. They're going to say base hit for Ryan Cash, which means an RBI and a double. And I think that's the right call, as that would have taken a heck of a play there by Lomack to make a sliding grab. Now, be curious to see how short or long a leash would be. We're getting our answer as Maybach ran into some trouble in this half inning, and he is exiting stage right. Pitching change taking place here in the fourth inning. Paddleheads back-to-back doubles getting runs in this half frame with 2 outs. And another thing that will be mentioned in the first inning, or before the game rather, sequence that the Paddleheads will look for more success would be, saw a lot of these threatening spots go to the wayside, 10 runners left on base, but what are you seeing in this inning? Hits with 2 outs to get runs in for Missoula. So able to change things up from that perspective. Also, we're looking for Missoula to get out to an early advantage, and took a few innings, but starting to stretch it out just a bit now, and the home crowd getting a bit more active as Paddleheads have now rallied to the lead and forced the Mustangs to go to their bullpen for the first time here in this half inning. And coming out of the pen will be Ty Pullman, big, tall Chandler, Arizona native, 6'3", up there on the bump for Billings. Comes in here trying to limit the damage as the Paddleheads have rallied for 4 in this half inning. Next man coming up to swing it with a man at second base will be Dondre Hubbard. 8th batter of this half inning will now step on in. Hubbard, Cash a double, second of the series, first RBI, now stands at second base. Those statistics looking at postseason numbers. Dondre Hubbard a double already tonight, facing Pullman. First pitch way up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. RBI single from Bernard, then back-to-back doubles, as I mentioned. Highlight swings to this point. Hubbard trying to add to it. 6 hits now for Missoula. The 1-0 on its way is a strike on the outside portion. Even counted a ball and a strike. Was middle inning success for Billings on Monday. Paddleheads finding it here in game 2. 1-1, a mighty rip at that one. Looked to be a hair bit behind. A fastball towards the outer half. Count now a ball and 2 strikes to Dondre Hubbard. Trying to get this inning to the end. Here it comes. Way up, almost over the top of Michael Fale's glove. Going towards Dondre Hubbard as well. Count is now evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jason Newman digging it down below me. Had plenty of big swings as a Paddlehead. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball sharply hit past the glove of Morales into left field. Cash is going to try to come on in. The throw to the plate is in plenty of time, and Michael Fale lays down the tag for out number 3. So could have been a sequence there where he didn't read that it was off the glove of Morales, trickling away from him and not just straight into left field. So Cash gets hosed at the plate. Most likely will be a base hit still recorded for Hubbard, but the inning ends on Cash getting thrown out at home. Missoula, big rally here in the 4th inning. They score 4 times to get out in front once again. 5th inning on the way. Missoula leading in this Game 2 battle. One be 7-2, I think? 5-7-2, say that. Yeah.
Tickets now at Monster
Glacier Ice Rink is up and running again. Time to see your experts at Hockey and Lacrosseville. Get fitted for your new hockey or figure skates by our knowledgeable staff. We carry Bauer, CCM, True, and Jackson figure skates for all your skating needs. Come check out the new line of skates and sticks from Bauer and CCM. With major markdowns on apparel throughout the store and outstanding deals on last year's model skates and sticks. Visit the experts at Hockey and Lacrosseville. Open 7 days a week, located at 2621 Brooks Street.
This is live play-by-play on 102.9 ESPN Missoula, your home of the Missoula Paddleheads.
Paddleheads attack gives Izzy Fuentes some help in the 4th inning. Missoula now leads by 3. It's 5-2. The bottom third of the Billings order will look for an answer in this half inning, with Luke Fennelly getting things started. A couple of big swings with 2 outs, getting the Paddleheads extra runs in that half inning. And a couple of close sequences in left field also. One just getting over Lomac's head at the wall. Then a line drive to left field, a top spinning liner just barely out of the glove of Lomac. Neither instances where mistakes were made, hits were recorded in both. As Luke Fennelly now jumps into the box. Fuentes at the belt, pitch on its way. It's a liner, but foul off to the left, out towards the grassy knoll. Ball strike count. Mentioned, even though it's postseason, Sammy B still keeping things light. Still got some gourmet eats at the yard as well. Saw some smoked barbecue ribs earlier. Ooh, those look good. 1-1 pitch is a fly ball right center field with some carry. Elvier seems to have a beat on it and does, right in front of the track for the first out of the 5th inning. Fennelly now 0 for 2. Reached on an error, part of that ugly 3rd inning where 3 errors were recorded. But out number 1 to start off this half frame in the 5th on an F9. Brady West will now be the hitter with the bases empty. 5 runs on 7 hits for Missoula. Mentioned the 3 errors. 2 runs on 2 hits for Billings. Both the base hits for the Mustangs coming in the 3rd. As Brady West jumps in. Pitch on its way. Line drive into center. This one's going to get down in front of Keaton Greenwald. Not a ton on that one off the end of the bat for Brady West, but able to sink down for a knock with 1 out. As Brady West finds the bags for the first time tonight. Now 1 for 2. Evans recorded a base hit. Really a good at-bat in the 3rd inning. Just battled away in a 3-2 count. Finally was able to bear fruit. First pitch here is right down the pipe. Changeup right there for strike 1. Seen that a few times early in the count from the Mustangs, where pitches have come in seemingly right there. These hitters have had a little bit of a passive approach early in the count. 0-1 in a 3-1 game. Fly ball, foul territory, not playable, grassy knoll action again. Takes a ricochet, ends up going down by the bullpen. Now a 0-2 count to Evans. Taylor Lomac in the top of the order. Waiting next, Evans features good speed from the left side. It's going to take a strong turn to get a chance at a double play. Count is 0-2 to Blake Evans with Brady West at first. Not a big lead away from Gunther. Fuentes set at the chest, a big breath. 0-2 pitch on the way, runner on the move, swinging a ground ball to the left of the bag. O'Connor steps on second, throws to first, and out at first is Evans. Safe at second base is West. As I mentioned, O'Connor went to the bag anyway. With the runner on the move, West able to stay out of the double play and was able to beat O'Connor to the bag. Ended up just being a 6-3 putout for out number 2. Evans kept off the bases, now 1 for 2. Runner moves up to second base on the play, gives Lomack a chance to cut into the deficit in the 5th. Lomack, a 2-run single in the 3rd, has already had success doing that. Put Billings out in front in the 3rd inning. Pitch to Lomack coming in. It's below the knees, 1-0. Change up, didn't chase it. Paddleheads' pen is quiet, off to the left. Action rolling here in the 5th inning with 2 outs. Paddleheads lead 5-2. 1 ball and no strikes with a runner at second base. It's West. Pitch to Lomack, low and outside. Now a 2-0 count. Do or die from Missoula's perspective. The Paddleheads win this one. Be back here tomorrow night for a winner-take-all Game 3. Ogden has been leading most of the way as the 2-0 to Lomack. Fly ball left field. Hubbard comes in, makes a dive, and does not get it in left field. This is going to lead to Brady West coming in to score. Little bloop just lands in front of Dondre Hubbard. Looked like a sequence there where Hubbard may have mistimed the dive a little bit. Seemed like he dove and the ball was kind of still coming out to him. So an instance maybe if he waits a second longer to make the dive, makes the grab, just unable to grab it in shallow left field. Bounced in right in front of him, tried to sell that it was caught out there and left. But looked to me like it bounced in there. And now, stoppage, Nicky Campbell, the trainer, is jogging out onto the field. Hubbard's saying, don't come out here, you're wasting your time. But Nicky Campbell's, she's not going to take a chance there. Going to go out and check on Hubbard, and clearly the Paddleheads would also hope that Hubbard doesn't have anything going on with him out there in left. Been such a huge weapon in the Paddleheads offense. And having a conversation out with Nicky Campbell, and now Nicky Campbell's heading back to the dugout. So evidently everything's all right with Dre. Just kind of as I mentioned, kind of an awkward dive in shallow left field, going after that little Texas leaguer off the bat of Lomack. Despite it being a little cue shot, that doesn't matter. It's an RBI knock, none the same for Lomack, and he has now driven in all 3 runs for the Billings Mustangs. So they do indeed cut into the lead here. Now a 2-run advantage for the Paddleheads. Score is now 5-3. Missoula still leading, but Brendan Ryan, tying run in the box, jumps in with a man at first. Pitch to Ryan. Starts it off. Sharp grounder. Cash gobbles this one up and throws out Ryan. 1 pitch, now 3rd out recorded in the 5th inning. Runner left stranded. Lomack does damage once again, does Taylor Lomack. He now has tallied 4 RBIs in the midst of 2 games of this postseason. Missoula a 2-run lead, though, as action rolls to the bottom of the 5th.
Join NAMI Walks Missoula for its 2nd annual walk to bring people together of all ages to combat stigma, raise funds, and promote awareness of mental health conditions at Silver Park in Missoula, starting at 12:30 p.m. Sunday, September 24th. Enjoy plenty of activities and music to get you in the mood for NAMI Walks Missoula. To register, go to namiwalks.org/Missoula or call 406-880-1013. Together, we can make a difference for people affected by mental illness.
Hey Missoula, are you ready for the nittiest, grittiest, barbalootinest party in town? Home Resource is hosting our 19th annual Spontaneous Construction, Team Building Competition, and Festival of Reuse on Saturday, September 16th. Join in the fun, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Cheer on community teams as they build amazing things using only materials from our reuse store. SponCon has food, beverages, live music, family activities, reuse shopping, and projects galore. Admission is free and open to everyone. Get all the details at homeresource.org.
Go get some wings from Modesto. NFL's just around the corner. They go get some wings from Modesto. You want free wings from the Desperado Sports Tavern and Grill? Be sure to tune in to Wing It Wednesday on Nuanez Now each Wednesday at 4:45. We're always throwing curveballs at you for how you win the wings. Who cares? Tune in to Nuanez Now every Wednesday for your chance to win a free basket on a dozen wings, courtesy of the King of Wings, the Desperado in Missoula.
This
This is Missoula Paddlehead Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio.
Here comes the meat of the Paddleheads order for the bottom half of the fifth, facing off with Ty Pullman, who came in the midst of the last half inning after Maybach was chased. 23-year-old rookie out of Chandler, Arizona. First pitch to Keaton Greenwald, going out to right field, down the line, going towards foul ground. Wirtz giving it a look, but it's out of play over the top of the bullpen. 1 point out of UNLV, Pullman finished up his career, same alma mater as former Paddlehead and Billings Mustang, Zach Penrod, at Northwest Nazarene, private school just outside of Boise. And if you've been following coverage of Montana lacrosse during the springs, you hear Northwest Nazarene playing lacrosse against the Montana Grizzlies. A 1 pitch to Greenwald, fly ball, well hit, going down the right field line, hooking though, foul into the corner. Idea for Greenwald, challenging that short porch and right. 2 foul balls, that one got a little closer to being in fair territory. So maybe the third time will be the charm for Greenwald's slow start to this postseason for Greenwald tonight. 2 Ks for a strikeout in his last at bat, a fly ball out, 0 for 2, and still hitless in this Northern Division playoff. 0 for 6 going back to game 1. 0-2 pitch coming in, swing and a miss, off speed below the knees. Strike 3. Greenwald, first out recorded of the 5th inning, an 0 for 3 start to this one. Luis Navarro, who has not been chasing anything out of the zone, 2 free passes drawn in at bats against Maybach, jumps in here with the bases empty and 1 out. Missoula leading by 2 now after Lomac gets the Mustangs a run in the last half inning. It's 5-3. Navarro, a big rip at 1 out the outside, fastball, 0-1. Pullman, a late add to the bullpen for the Mustangs, only 7 appearances. Missoula never faced him. 0-1 pitch is just slow, even the count at a ball and a strike. At times struggled with control, but also high strikeout numbers, 9 Ks in 11 innings, but also walked 10 batters. A ball and a strike offering to Navarro. Swing and a ball tapped foul off the end of the bat. Now 1-2 count. Missoula brought 8 batters to the plate in the last half inning and scored 4 runs. Difference in the game right now. Count and a ball and 2 strikes to Luis Navarro, with Jake Gunther waiting in the wings, who also has been on base twice. 1-2 pitch coming in, looked at for a ball. Navarro thought about it going towards the outer half, but smartly lets that one sink away. Even count at 2, with Missoula leading by 2. 7 hits on the board. Pitch coming in. Ground ball, just foul, going down the third base line. Looked dangerous for a second, getting by Morales up the line, but just barely foul. Southern Division battle. Ogden's still out in front. Rocky Mountain making it interesting. They've got the lead to 2, and they got 2 runners on him. It looks like the 8th inning. 2-2 pitch. Navarro able to lay off another out of the zone. Change up, good pitch, but outside below the knees. Navarro trying to reach again. We're using that patient approach. Payoff pitch is on the way, and Navarro pops it up to left field. Lomac coming in, should be an easy play, waiting underneath it. He's got it, backpedaling just a hair at the tail end. Second out recorded. Pulling the string was a breaking ball. Was Pullman able to get Navarro out in front for a can of corn to left field? Navarro retired for the first time tonight after 2 walks. Gunther has 2 of the Paddleheads' 7 hits. Did so in at-bats against the lefty Maybach, which is impressive also, that he was able to have success even though the matchup was not in his favor. This one is more in Gunther's favor, with the bases empty, facing a righty. First on the way to Gunther, lets that one go off the plate. Now, me and Gunther, having those both links to Wisconsin, touched on the Packers last time we were on the air, how we were happy about Green Bay Packers. 1-0 pitch, ball fouled off to the left. Now, I haven't gotten a chance to ask Gunther about what his thoughts were on the action on Sunday, or on Monday rather. Of course, Aaron Rodgers, the big story the last couple of days, a torn Achilles. What was he thinking? Packer fan watching the now New York Jet go down. 1-1 with 2 away is a curve that misses the outside. A lot of break, though, on that hook. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs. Paddleheads leading by 2, 5-3. I was very disappointed to hear the news about Aaron Rodgers. What a bummer. The 2-1 with 2 outs. Broken bat. 1 hopper, now 2 hopper to second base. Fennelly throws on to Figueredo. No drama happening here in the bottom half of the 5th. 3 up, 3 down for Pullman, and we head on to the 6th inning. The Paddleheads, a 2-run advantage as we will enter the 6th inning after this on ESPN Radio.
Hi, I'm attorney Dave Maldonado, a seasoned litigator with over a decade of experience in Montana. Have you been injured in a car accident? If so, remember insurance companies want to give you as little money as possible. There's a reason why they have the biggest buildings in the largest cities. Don't let big insurance bully you. Visit BigSkyDefender.com today to see how I can help you get fair compensation for your injuries. The consultation's free and the fight's real.
Attention Montana. Are you in need of a top quality shed that's built to last? Look no farther than Bitterroot Sheds. At Bitterroot Sheds, they take pride in their work. With each and every shed they build, their team of skilled builders puts their heart and soul into crafting a masterpiece just for you. And what sets them apart? Their sheds are built in the valley. Their locally built structures are a testament to their commitment to quality and craftsmanship. Picture this, a sturdy shed nestled against the stunning backdrop of Montana's majestic mountains. Whether you need extra storage space, a workshop, or a cozy hideaway, Bitterroot Sheds has you covered. Their team understands the unique needs of our Montana community. That's why they use only the finest materials, ensuring your shed can withstand the rugged Montana weather year after year. Visit them online at bitterrootsheds.com. That's bitterrootshedz.com. Or stop by one of their dealers sprinkled throughout the state of Montana to explore the wide range of styles and options. Bitterroot Sheds, built in the valley, built to last. Prices, availability, and shed models may vary. Check the website or visit the showroom for more information.
ESPN Radio for Western Montana. KKVU HD3 Stevensville and 102.9 FM on K275BS Missoula. Back to live local play-by-play on 102.9 ESPN Missoula.
Back in for the 6th inning of play here at Allegiance Field. Game 2 of the Northern Division playoffs sees the Paddleheads lead the Mustangs 5-3 with the heart of the Billings order now coming up in this half inning. John Michael Fail will be the hitter. Seeing some action get going in the Missoula bullpen, it looks like momentarily. Michael Fail's hit 2 out to Greenwald so far. Izzy Fuentes still on the bump. Sees one miss below the knees to start it off to Michael Fail. Michael Fail, Wirtz, and then Figueredo. 5-3 contest in the 6th inning. 1-0 delivery from Fuentes. Fastball finds the corner this time. Moving away from Michael Fail just a bit. Indeed, we are seeing some bullpen work. Saw Reese Yergin start heading down there. Left-hander Lou Flamayor has started to throw. The 1-1 to Michael Fail is a ball lifted high in the air but foul off to the left. Going way down towards the clubhouse on the left-hand side. Ball 2 strikes the count. Thinking about how high and that one went, played the broken glass sound, maybe irrelevant. Thinking about where it was going, well away from the field. A ball and 2 strike count now to Michael Fail. Fuentes looking to have success for the 3rd time in a row against him. Pitch 1-2. Fastball, strike 3 on the outside corner. Got him looking at the knees. Perfect pitch there from Fuentes to send Michael Fail packing with 1 out now in the 6th. And one thing you can say about Missoula to this point, against the smoldering hot coming in John Michael Fail, they have done a great job against him. Now Gabe Wirtz with the bases empty. Flew out to Greenwald his last time. First pitch to Wirtz. Looks at a ball below the knees. Moving away from him was the changeup, 1 ball and no strikes. Sounds like Gabe Wirtz was getting a little bat treatment also from the fans down below. Gotta wonder where that chant started. 1-0 pitch to Wirtz. Fastball right there for strike 1. Right down the middle. Another instance mentioned it in the last half inning. A few times, Billings, in the early portions of the count, seen one go by right down the pipe. 1-1 pitch to Wirtz coming in. Ring and a miss. Out in front of a changeup on the inside. 2 strike count with 1 away. Paddleheads have made some adjustments against Wirtz as well, at least in his first 2 at-bats. After the 4-for-5 effort in game 1, 0-for-2 start to this one. A 2-strike Cole with the bases empty in the 6th inning. Fuentes fires the 1-2. Ground ball, second hop, backhanded stop. O'Connor flips across. Out is Gabe Wirtz. 0-for-3 now is Wirtz. As Alejandro Figueredo will now be the batter with the bases empty. As Fuentes looks for his 3rd 1-2-3 frame. Figueredo, a walk in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 4th. 1 of 4 Ks for Fuentes to this point. 3 runs on the board, but not all of them earned. Remember those errors committed in the 2nd inning. Pitch to Figueredo, a soft liner. Cash reaches up and he's got it on the edge of the outfield grass. Snow cone grab, look what I found. Take it to the bank for Cash. Out number 3. And that is the end of the top of the 6th. Here comes Sammy B. Here comes the Peanuts. Here comes the Batman voice and the Peanut inning. Oh no, what's going to happen with this deal? Postseason Peanuts coming your way after this.
Shake off the day with the Montana Club's Happy Hour, featuring BOGO beverages. The Montana Club's expertly mixed cocktails, brews, and wine are buy one, get one free every day, 3 to 5:30, plus $2 off all appetizers. Or stop in on Fridays for Montini night and sip on a top-shelf martini for only $7, 5:30 to close. Worked hard all day? Ready to relax? The Montana Club has you covered on Brooks and North Reserve, Missoula.
Aware's Charity Golf Scramble is back. You're invited to join the fun September 27th at the Missoula Country Club. Learn how you can register to golf or become a sponsor at aware-inc.org/golf. Not a golfer? No problem. You can still support an amazing cause. Learn how to get involved or join our team at aware-inc.org. Together we help people with mental health and developmental disabilities live independent lives. Aware's Charity Golf Scramble is back. You're invited to join the fun September 27th at the Missoula Country Club.
Hello, this is Bill Coffey, CEO of Stockman Bank. We are a Montana-born company, family-owned, and uniquely focused on meeting the financial needs of all Montanans. As we celebrate our 70th anniversary, we remain independent and committed to traditional Western values with the power of local management and decision-making and homegrown community service. Stop by any of our locations across Montana and discover the Stockman difference. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking member FDIC.
We now return to Paddlehead Play-by-Play on ESPN Radio.
Going back to the pen are the Billings Mustangs. Jacob Stobart, 25-year-old out of Phoenix, is going to come in here. Another guy the Paddleheads have not faced this season. Started the year this season in the Frontier League, formerly the old Can-Am League, this franchise. The Angels up there north of the border in Trois-Rivoire. Austin Bernard will be the first to the plate against him. Swing and a miss for the switch-hitting catcher, hitting from the right side, facing the southpaw Stobart. Completed his collegiate career in 21 at Stephen F. Austin. Starting pitcher for the most part in 12 appearances, making 10 starts. The 0-1 waving and missing at one below the knees. Off-speed pitch to Bernard. In 6 appearances here in Billings, 11 and a third. 6 runs given up, and only 3 of them earned. 8 Ks in innings pitched for the Billings Mustangs this year. 2.38 ERA. Austin Bernard is 1 for 2, knocked in a run in his last at-bat, a base hit. Also struck out in the first. Swaving and missing at this one. Off-speed pitch. Bernard couldn't figure that one out. Swings and misses twice at it in that at-bat. Down he goes here in the 6th inning to start it out. 1 for 3 now is Bernard with 2 strikeouts. Also with 2 Ks, Josh Elvier coming into the box in the bottom of the 6th inning with the bases empty. Ogden Raptors have gotten some big runs of insurance. Looking at the Southern Division matchup in Game 2. Pitch to Elvier, bounced foul on the first base side of the field. Elvier trying to figure things out. 2 strikeouts so far tonight, 0 for 2. The lone hit in the series, the home run in Game 1. The 0-1 pitch is a sharp ground ball through the right side. Past a dive of Fennelly. Right on cue, and now it gets by Wirtz all the way to the wall. Elvier is on his horse, headed for 3 on the error in the outfield. Just got right by Wirtz. We'll be talking Grizz hockey pretty soon. That looked to go 5-hole right by him to the wall. What a big mistake that is. Instead of a runner at first, now a runner at third on the first error of the night charged to the Mustangs. And an uncharacteristic one at that. A big error led to runs from Missoula's standpoint in the third. Paddleheads trying to take an advantage of an error here in the bottom of the 6th with McLean O'Connor coming up. Infield in across the board. Pitch on the way. Is the ball lifted? Straight away left field. Going back to the wall. This baby's gone. He had been looking for a big swing through the first 2 games. He waited to the peanut inning. They are on their feet for Dell McLean O'Connor. Hit number 1 and home run number 1 this postseason. Break out the paddle and the hat for Dell. Takes advantage of the mistake, and the Paddleheads get 2 runs to the total at 7-3. Touchdown, and the PAT was good here in the 6th inning. This place is going berserk. First pitch is to the backstop. They're not stopping. Listen to this place. Home cooking back in Zootown in the peanut inning. And Michael Fail's going to go out to the mound. Stobar may be a little bit shaken by the fans here in Missoula. Trying to calm him down after that big swing in this half inning. A towering home run right over the top of the ESPN Missoula sign. A no-doubter in that instance. McLean O'Connor in this postseason was 0 for 7 going into that at-bat, and then just launches that one deep into the night to give the Paddleheads their largest lead this evening at 7-3. Cam Thompson, who's knocked in a double. knocked in runs with a double in the box. The 1-0 is a line drive right field. Wirtz is able to track this one and make the grab right in front of the track. Thompson, a good swing. A little bit too much on it as it carries out to Gabe Wirtz for the second out of the inning. 1 for 3 now is Cam Thompson. Ryan Cash will now stride on in. A double and an RBI for Cash in his last at-bat. Line drive got under the glove of Lomack in left field. Pitch to Cash here is way outside for ball 1. First home run of the postseason for Missoula in this half inning. 1-0. What an inning to have a home run in. 1-0 pitch with 2 outs is Anthony's for a strike. Sunk to that spot. In an even count now. Has been some activity going in the bullpen. Doesn't seem to be anything going on over there now. 1-1 pitch is a ball hit high in the air. Deep left field. Lomack on the track is going to stride up and make the grab. Cash just missing that one. Trying to make it back-to-back, or 2 home runs, should say, in this half inning. Came up just a bit short. But McLean O'Connor did not. A 2-run blast over the wall in left gives Missoula a 4-run advantage as we enter the final 3 innings of play. PaddleHead Baseball, a 7-3 lead. Back with more after this.
Missoula fight fans. Fusion Fight League presents Rios vs. Powers on September 22nd at the Adams Center. Undefeated featherweight Connell Peter Pan Powers of the Missoula Dog Pound is taking on his toughest opponent yet, Chris Wartime Rios. A heavy-handed pro out of 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu and Extreme Couture MMA in Las Vegas. With 14 fights on tap, we've got pro fights, title fights, and rising star debuts. September 22nd is going to be electric.
Yep.
Tap, snap, or nap. Watch as these fighters lay it all on the line.
That's exactly what's going on.
Tickets are on sale now online or at the Adams Center box office. For information regarding VIP floor tables, please call 406-697-0542. Fusion Fight League presents Rios vs. Powers, September 22nd at the Adams Center. Feel the energy of live MMA. September 22nd is going to be electric.
During Mattress Room's Labor Day sale, Tempur-Pedic can introduce you to a great night's sleep. No longer toss, turn, and have trouble falling asleep because only Tempur-Pedic uses proprietary tempered material that continuously adapts and reacts to your body. Save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Take advantage of Stearns & Foster's biggest sale of the summer and get $600 off Reserve and Lux Hybrid. Locally owned and nationally known.
To PaddleHead Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio Missoula.
Billings coming back to the dish. Sending their first man up will be Mitch Morales getting hit the at-bat in this spot. Batters 6 through 8 for Billings in this half inning. The Mustangs now trailing by 4. Izzy Fuentes back out to the bump for the 7th with more activity in the bullpen. Pitch on the way. Fennelly hits one on the ground to O'Connor at shortstop. He has it clean, throws a bit high, but to the glove of Jake Gunther. Mitch Morales bouncing out, not Fennelly in that spot. Fennelly's name came to mind because here comes Luke Fennelly right now. Morales to position 6 all night long. Third time he's done so tonight. Double play ball and 2 6-3s. Now Luke Fennelly with the bases empty. Thompson thinking about a bunt in this spot. First pitch is low for ball 1 from Fuentes. As Thompson, you see, playing on the edge of the infield grass on the third base side. Fennelly has reached on an error and flown out to Elvier. 1-0 pitch on its way. Ground ball past Billy Horton in third base coach's box. Fuemior is the man throwing in the pen once again, and it could be a spot where he's thinking about the 2 next batters coming up, as you have 2 left-handed batters due up But it could be a spot also where Billy Horton plays matchup game, send a pinch hitter up there. Could be a little cat and mouse getting played. 1-1 pitch with 1 out, ground ball, foul on the third base side. Because how many times do you see that? You see a lefty warming up in the pen with 2 left-handed batters coming up. Manager pulls the string to get the lefty out there, and then the manager on the other side says, not so fast, and pulls a righty up as a replacement. 1-2 with the bases empty. Pitch to Fennelly is up above the belt with the heater. Close there. Count at even now, 2-2. And for the most part, Fuentes has been very good tonight, keeping the Mustangs out of big innings. Only 4 hits allowed as well. 2-2 on the way with 1 out. Swing and a miss. Got him out in front. See you later. Out number 2 in this half frame. Five Ks for Fuentes. Looking for a shutdown inning after McLean O'Connor gave him a big swing in the bottom half of the 6th. A 2-run home run. 7-3 lead with 2 outs in the top of the 7th with Brady West coming on up. Brady West, single. Little bloop into right center field off the end of the bat his last time. He lets the first pitch go by right at the belt. Fastball 0-1. 3 runs on 4 hits for Billings. 7 runs on 9 hits for the Paddleheads. No ball, 1 strike. Mayor staying in the pen as of right now. The lefty West up there. A 1 pitch with 2 away. Foul back by West. And it could have been one of those innings also where Fuentes would have started this frame with a leash. If anybody got on, Schlack would go right to the mound. That's happened numerous times this season with a starter at the end of the outing. As long as he keeps getting outs, maybe he'll stay out there. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a nasty changeup. Buenos dias, buenos tardes, buenos noches, Brady West. 2 strikeouts, solid outing for Izzy Fuentes. As the rally towels send Fuentes back to the dugout, getting a big hug from his manager, Michael Schlack. Probably the end of the night for Fuentes, but a great night at that. 7th inning stretch time here in Missoula, and the Paddleheads hold a 4-run lead over the Mustangs in Game 2 of this best-of-3 series.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, pump it up.
Your local Town Pump has the best selection of beer in town, like Bridger Brewing 6-packs, only $9.99. Pump It Up members save an additional $3 when you buy 2, $8.49 each. Town Pump, convenient and right down the road.
Right down the road, pump it up.
Hi, I'm attorney Dave Maldonado, a seasoned litigator with over a decade of experience in Montana. Have you been injured in a car accident? If so, remember insurance companies want to give you as little money as possible. There's a reason why they have the biggest buildings in the largest cities. Don't let big insurance bully you. Visit BigSkyDefender.com today to see how I can help you get fair compensation for your injuries. Consultation's free, and the fight's real.
Last week on the ESPN Roundtable, friend of the show and Colorado alum Ty Gregory put Colorado's incredible start to the season in perspective.
Oh, it was incredible. The realist in me would love to say, let's pump the brakes, just scooch, but the boss in me is saying, wow. I mean, that's the thing. It was a fun game to watch. If you like college football at all, you were watching that game.
Tune in to the ESPN Roundtable every Wednesday in the 5 o'clock hour on Nuanez Now. Brought to you by Paradise Falls.
You're listening to Paddlehead Baseball, ESPN Missoula.
Good spot in the Paddleheads order to try to get something going. Dondre Hubbard will lead off the bottom of the 7th with Missoula leading by 6 runs over the Mustangs. First pitch of the inning is way up high. Heck of an effort from Izzy Fuentes. 7 innings tonight, only 4 runs allowed. Most likely just threw his last pitch to get Brady West on a strikeout. 1-0 pitch to Hubbard. Tried to golf that one, but was out in front of the big hook. Stobart's still out there for the Mustangs. Billings, a brief time out in front in the early innings behind a 2-run push in the third. But Missoula got to the lead with a 4-run rally in the fourth and have led ever since. Meanwhile, at Lindquist Fields, pitch on the way. Hubbard, a mighty rip at one. Looks like the Ogden Raptors have staved off elimination. Score was 9-4 going into the top of the ninth, and it looks like 3 outs have been recorded. And Ogden will be playing tomorrow. A winner-take-all ball game. 1-2 pitch. Hubbard mashes one past a dive of Evans into left center. Hubbard thinking about 2 now as this ball gets all the way to the track, and he does make it there easily. Wow, exit velocity there must have been just cooking off the bat of Hubbard. Zap ball didn't get hardly a foot off the turf. Evans made a dive for it, so thinking about it from that aspect, where that ball's going, just getting by the shortstop, the fact that that one got all the way almost to the wall is something. My goodness. Second double of the night for Dondre Hubbard. He's got 3 hits. He's 3 for 4 now. Now Keaton Greenwald, first on the way, a big swing at one on the outside. Trying to get his back going. Maybe we'll think about McLean O'Connor, what he was able to do in his last at-bat. Was 0 for 7 in the series, hit a home run in the last inning. Keaton Greenwald is also 0 for 7 in the series, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts tonight. 0-1 pitch coming in. Greenwald hits one towards the middle and up the middle for a base hit. Hubbard's going to chug on towards home. The throw is going to be cut off behind the mound. Keaton Greenwald's team leader in ribbies during the regular season gets it rolling. Base hit up the middle, and the lead is now 8. Guess Missoula was thinking 2-point conversion. It's 8-3. Greenwald, his second RBI of the series, but his first hit, as Luis Navarro will now be the batter with nobody out. Paddleheads stretch the lead out to 5 here in the 7th. 11 hits now on the board. Luis Navarro has been on twice. First to him here is way inside with the hook. 1 ball and no strikes now. Seeing a real big man on the bullpen mound for Billings. My guess is that's McGinnis. Only so many guys can be that tall. Kind of like Michael Schlack. 1-0 pitch coming in. It's up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Once, with it being such a short turnaround, Michael Schlack didn't want to drive to Billings like he typically does, away from the team charter. That was actually fun, being able to sit up there with Schlack with those road trips. Way more conversing on the way to Billings as the 2-0 misses low. 3 ball, no strike count. Just sitting up there, chalking it up. 3 balls and no strikes the count. Also cruises through the bus a little bit, talking with some of the guys. Shirley is a player's manager. 3-0 count to Navarro. What else is new? Back pick to first, checks on Greenwald, who does have a good amount of speed. So we'll go ahead and assume that is a final, even though it hasn't been put in as one. Ogden, a 9-4 victory. Staving off elimination, Reese Alexiadis had a monster game. 3-0 pitch is off the plate away for ball 4. Shirley could be the league MVP when it's all said and done. Almost 30 home runs this year. Alexiadis in game 2 finished 4 for 5 for Ogden. Logan Williams was also big, along with Logan Barnes. Williams finished 3 for 4, and Barnes was 2 for 4 in that win for the Raptors. Jackson Cunningham got knocked around a bit, former Ogden Raptor, as Looks like Billy Horton is thinking about a pitching change here, and indeed he is. Here in the 7th inning. Navarro and Greenwald's both on the bags now. Pitching change here at Allegiance Field, Ogren Park. Paddleheads with a 5-run lead, 8-3. Taking control of this one later, at least trying to. We roll on with more from Allegiance Field after this.
The Glacier Ice Rink is up and running again. Time to see your experts at Hockey and Lacrosseville. Get fitted for your new hockey or figure skates by our knowledgeable staff. We carry Bauer, CCM, True, and Jackson figure skates for all your skating needs. Come check out the new line of skates and sticks from Bauer and CCM. With major markdowns on apparel throughout the store and outstanding deals on last year's model skates and sticks. Visit the experts at Hockey and Lacrosseville. Open 7 days a week, located at 2621 Brooks Street.
We're talking with Sky McGinty of the All Nations Health Center.
Provide a host of Western medicine options, so we do dental, behavioral health, primary care, all of those things you would find in a normal clinic. But then we also add on the traditional holistic health that our native folks really resonate with. And we try and tie culture into every single thing that we do, so that's smudge, that's sweat lodge, that's connecting folks to ceremonies. We grow our own traditional foods and medicines, so there's that aspect of Western care with a traditional native lens to it.
The Missoula Kiwanis Club's biggest fundraiser is happening Saturday, September 23rd, starting at 7 a.m. at Ogren Park. It's the 62nd annual Pancake Breakfast. This event raises money to support kids in our community and beyond. $5 for an all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast. Kids under 5 get in free. New this year, Guns and Hoses, a softball game between Missoula's police and fire departments. Game starts at 10 o'clock. Tickets are available from any Kiwanian. Details at MissoulaKiwanis.com.
ESPN Radio for Western Montana, KKVU HD3 Stevensville, and 102.9 FM on K275BS Missoula. This is Missoula Paddlehead Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio.
Logan Lee, right-hander, taking things over. This at-bat has a little bit of a Wisconsin feel to it, with 2 on for Gunther, who takes a ball outside. Jake Gunther, of course, who touched on his Oshkosh, Wisconsin roots. Logan Lee was pitching in the Northwest League in Green Bay, Wisconsin, before coming over here to Billings. Appearing in his 4th game with the Mustangs, or appeared in 3 games with the Mustangs. Another guy added to this bullpen of the Mustangs late that the Paddleheads haven't seen yet. But pitching this year with the Green Bay Rockers, appeared in just a couple of games. Not too far away from Oshkosh, Green Bay, about an hour drive, maybe a little bit longer than that. 2-0 low and outside, now a 3-0 count. Not too far away also from where teams play Oshkosh, where teams fly in to play the Packers. They play and stay at a hotel in Appleton, Wisconsin, just south of Green Bay. 3-0 pitch is outside, ball 4. Last 2 batters, Mustangs just haven't been able to buy a strike. 2 consecutive walks, and now the Paddleheads already leading by 5. Have the bases loaded and nobody out for Austin Bernard. And thinking about Bernard, typically a patient hitter, a guy that doesn't chase much, a bases loaded chance probably behoves a batter like Bernard. A base hit for an RBI already. Rare to see 2 strikeouts to his total. Has that as well. First pitch, Bernard lets one go by right at the belt. Fastball at the top of the zone. This spring, saw Lee pitching an NAIA ball in Georgia, Middle Georgia, with the Knights. A 1 pitch is low for ball 1. Typically a starter, so thinking about this sequence with Billings trailing by 5, could be a spot where now a ball and a strike, nobody out. Pitch in a 5-run game is low and outside. 2-ball, 1-strike count. Josh Elvier waits next. And Lee, having starting 12 games this past spring, so you think Arm is able to be advanced a bit into a bullpen relief stint. 2-1 could be a spot where Billy Horton tries to take some weight off the bullpen with the lead where it is for Missoula. Try to save those late inning relievers, because that's one thing in a postseason series. You always have to be thinking ahead, so to speak. Never want to be in a spot where you're caught in a bad situation. Want to try to anticipate your plan. 2-2 is golfed foul by Bernard up the first base line, just a hair. Ogden, they held serve at Lindquist Field. Ballpark, great home field advantage. Some veteran guys helped them stave off elimination. Missoula has seen some of their returners get going. Big swing from McLean O'Connor. Cam Thompson, a 2-run double. Even Greenwald to single up the middle in the last half inning to get a run in. Bernard with the bases loaded. The 2-2 pitch to him is lookout liner foul going over the top of the stands on the first base side. Just a screamer down there. That part of the grandstands over there, they've been dealing with some drama. I still cannot believe that bat that went going swinging into the crowd, thinking about it with Elvier waiting in the wings. That was crazy. The 2-2. Line foul off to the left. Now, typically after a ball game, I'll go into the clubhouse, go shake a couple hands, go pass out box scores, that sort of thing. I surely will go over to Elvier after this one and be like, yo, brother, whoa, that was crazy. 2-2. Probably will say it just like that, too. Bases loaded for Bernard. Pitch in a 5-run contest is a line drive, but foul off to the right. Turned on that fastball big time, but just could not quite straighten it out. Had a big rip at that one. Bernie spent some time at the gym, showed off the strength there. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. I have to say, I stole some of his stretching routine from my stuff at the gym. Couldn't stick with him weight-wise, heck no. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss at a pitch below the knees. Nasty changeup there, sinking down towards the back foot of Bernard. Rare 3-strikeout night for him. And a sequence in the right direction for Billings with the bases loaded now, 1 out. As Josh Elvier look to find success here. A ribby on a home run ball in game 1, singled in the last inning. Thrown out at the plate, though, on the play was Cash. First pitch here is almost to the backstop. Or I beg your pardon, that was the single that saw ball goodbye Gabe Wirtz to the wall and right. I was thinking about a different at-bat, different sequence, but it was a line drive to Wirtz. It went right past him to the wall. Elvier ended up at third. 1-0 count with the bases loaded. Pitch coming in. It's high and outside. Bit of an overthrow, looks like, with the fastball. Paddleheads have action going in their bullpen. Ethan Swanson came over via trade from Great Falls. He's throwing in the bullpen for Missoula. Would make his second appearance out of the pen in this series. The 2-0 is outside by a hair. Didn't miss by a lot. 3-0 now with 1 out. And a walk doesn't do you any good here with the bases loaded. Greenwald, the lead runner. Navarro at second with Gunther at first. 3-0 is taken for ball 4, below the knees. Michael Fail didn't like the call, but Greenwald can come on home. And another run is on the board, a 6-run lead now. As Elvier gets his first RBI of the game with the bases loaded, free pass. That is the 3rd walk issued in this half inning as well. And matting now with the bags full is McLean O'Connor. He's already gone deep once tonight. Looking for a real big swing here. The pitch to O'Connor is a sinking fastball for a strike. Good pitch on the inside part of the plate there. 0-1. Runs in each of the last 2 innings, stretching it out for the Paddleheads. The 0-1. Ground ball to Evans, and he boots it at shortstop. Navarro is in. Gunther right behind. O'Connor's safe at second. Ball just straight booted by the shortstop, Blake Evans. Was hit right to him. Maybe was thinking about making a quick exchange to second base. Came up too early. And that is the second error committed by the Mustangs. Now an 11-3 ball game as 2 more runs come in to score on the error at short. Dennis Rasmussen is now going to walk on out to the mound to go talk in this sequence. And surely a spot where Lee has to be a bit frustrated on the mound. Got exactly what he was shooting for in that spot, a ground ball on the infield, try to limit damage, so to speak. Just wasn't quite able to get what he was looking for with the ball booted at shortstop. And a lot of times for a pitcher out on the mounds, mentally, after you make a defensive mistake behind you, kind of eats away mentally at you, and you start to see it affect your performance. So Rasmussen goes out there to try to calm the waters for the rookie in this spot. Say, hey, nothing you can do about that play at short. You executed the pitch, got exactly what you wanted. Defense just didn't back you up. Hang with him, Rook. Get him next time. 2 on for Cam Thompson. Swing and a miss at the first pitch at fastball challenge. Thompson, a 2-run double in the 4th. Part of that 4-run push that put Missoula out in front. They now lead by 7 runs. Pitch on the way here is off the plate. 8 runs, I beg your pardon. Been cruising along PaddleHead baseball through the summer. You know, Safford's strong suit is not math, even if it is simple mathematics. A ball and a strike. To highlight that, in college, I took the very bare minimum math to get a degree. The least amount of math you could take, 1-1 pitch with 1 out, is fouled off to the left. Quite honestly, I ended up finishing my college degree off. Touched on me being an Oregon Duck, was there for the vast majority of my college time. Finished up my degree at Dominican University in San Rafael, California. A ball and 2 strikes, and chose partially that program. 1-2 is below the knees to even the count. Breaking ball well out of the zone by Lee. 1 out, first base open in this spot. So Lee can play with that a little bit if he wants to with 1 out. Thinking about setting up a force once again. It would also load the bases, so kind of a 2-prong deal. 2 runners in scoring position. The 2-2 is fought off by Thompson. But part of the reason why I chose Dominican, number of other reasons. But I didn't have to take another math class transferring into there. Where other schools, I would have had to. So it was like, oh, off to San Rafael we go. It's also just a beautiful campus, a little hidden gem out there in Marin County. The 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss at a pitch up above the belt. Fastball blows it by Thompson. Second out recorded of this half inning. Damage already done in this 7th, though. 4 runs on the board for Missoula, who now leads 11-3. Paddleheads also taking advantage of some defensive mistakes in this half inning. And thinking about that 3rd inning where Missoula made 3 errors themselves, without that, Billings really getting taken to the woodshed in this one. 2 on for Ryan Cash. First pitch is almost to the backstop. Good stop by Michael Fail on a backhand. He has been strong defensively behind the plate tonight. Bats haven't gone his way, but there have been multiple times with Runners on at third especially, where he has stood tall, not let anything get by him. Just keeping everything right there. 1-0 pitch. Fouled off to the left. Cash not happy with that. Kind of having some words with himself, it looked like. A ball and a strike. Looked to me like he was having a few words with himself, thinking about missing a fastball there. Had it timed up, 1-1. Soft liner into center field. 1 run is in. O'Connor right behind Elvier. He scores. A 2-run single for Cash. 3 RBIs for him tonight, as the lead just keeps on growing here in the 7th inning. Paddleheads have brought all 9 batters to the plate to score 6, and it is a 10-run advantage. Dondre Hubbard, who's had a big night, he jumps in again. 12 hits on the board. Pitch to Hubbard, grounded through the left side of the infield. Past the glove of Morales at third. The 4th hit of the night for Hubbard. He's got 2 in this inning. 2 legs of the cycle in 1 inning. I'd say that's pretty good. 2 doubles and now 2 singles for Hubbard, who is 4 for 5. As Keaton Greenwald will bat again. Keaton Greenwald will now be the hitter with a man at first. 2 on with 2 out. Paddlehead offense getting back to what they do best, hitting 1 through 9. First to Greenwald, popped up foul on the first base side. And almost a running catch made on the concourse. This kid wearing a Connor Schultz uniform just came screaming out of nowhere on the concourse. Usually no running on the concrete, but say that one can get away with it, trying to make a play. Pitch was just outside on the 0-1, breaker below the knees. Count now at a ball and a strike. Guess that's the only thing we've had missing on that side of the field, a highlight play made by a fan. We've seen bats flying into the stands. We've seen dome shots. Now we need a catch. 0-2 pitch to Greenwald. Swing and a miss at a pitch out of the zone. That's it for the 7th inning. Paddleheads a big push in this frame, though, partially aided by an error defensively. A 6-run rally sees the Paddleheads extend the lead to double digits. It's 13-3 as we head to the 8th inning here in Game 2 of this Northern Division Series.
Can you smell it? No, not the melty, delicious, piping hot homemade pizza. Nope, not the steamed clams. Although if you smell either of those, you're going to be dreaming all day. You can smell football in the air. Now you're craving something delicious with melted cheese, aren't you? Before you know it, Paradise Falls will have football games on all of their 30 big screen TVs, and Paradise Falls is always a wonderful gathering place to meet friends and family alike, to share a pizza and talk about football. Come get your football fix and enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner at Paradise Falls, located at 3621 Brook Street in Missoula.
Get ready, Missoula Monster Truck fans. 2 big shows on September 23rd. Missoula County Fairgrounds will explode with the Monster Truck Nitro Tour. Big blown monster trucks flying over 30 feet in the air. Freestyle motocross, tough trucks from the locals, and watch that cheddar get a smell town. Burning in town. Plus all new inflation buster prices. VIP tickets include free pit party pass to meet the drivers and the best seat in the house. Get your tickets now at monstertrucktour.com or get them late at the gate. Service fees. For more information, go to www.monstertrucktour.com. Come early and ride in a real monster truck at the Monster Truck Nitro Tour. Kids get a feature gift at the Saturday matinee show while supplies last. The Monster Truck Nitro Tour. 2 big shows on September 23rd. Monster trucks, freestyle motocross, tough trucks, and Chattanooga Snowtown. It's gonna get wild at the Missoula County Fairgrounds. Sponsored by High Mountain Forestry and Equipment.
What's up? This is Sammy B, the MC for your Missoula Paddleheads. Thanks for listening to Paddleheads Baseball on ESPN Missoula 102.9 FM.
Ethan Swanson going to take things over for the 8th inning. Blake Evans will be the first man out of the dugout for the Mustangs as they will send the 9-1-2 batters to the dish. Paddleheads have scored 8 in the last 2 innings to make this one a laugher. Now 13-3 lead. First pitch to Evans is a high hopper to the right of the mound, gloved by Swanson, but it was a foul ball. Must have been off the front foot of Evans. Just skipping way out towards the mound. I can't think of seeing a higher hopper than that. I mean, that thing almost seemed like Swanson waiting on a pop-up. Wonder what the heck that glanced off of. That was an interesting foul tip. 0-1 here in the top of the 8th. Evans sees Swanson deliver one, a swing and a miss. Swanson, who gave up a couple of runs in 2/3 of an inning when he was out there at Dealer Park, looking for more success here in his second appearance in this postseason. 0-2 now to Blake Evans, who has singled and bounced out. He's 1 for 2. The 0-2 pitch is just a hair outside. Fastball from Swanson. You'll see the heaters sit mid-9s, 93, 95 miles an hour. Go along with a sweeping curveball. Had great numbers during the regular season, bulk of it with great falls. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball off the end of the bat, shallow. Greenwald has enough time, though, to stride in and make the catch. Out number 1 here in the top of the 8th inning. One of those at first off the end of the bat, fly ball shallow. Wasn't sure if that thing was just going to die for a little Texas Leaguer base hit, but it hung up there enough to allow Greenwald to make the catch. Back up to the top now for Taylor Lomack. The only man that's done damage offensively for Billings tonight in terms of scoring runs. Takes a breaking ball for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Curveball, almost movement down and away from right-handed batter there. 0-1, pitch from Swanson. Fastball, great spot at the bottom of the zone, and a great 2-pitch combination there. Great location with the breaking ball. Same spot, but different pitch entirely. We're thinking about mid-9s and mid-7s. 0-2. Pitch just out the plate away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mentioned how Ogden, they held serve. Missoula looks to be in a good position to do so here in the 8th. Ogden getting by Rocky Mountain 9-4 tonight in Game 2. A must-win game for the Raptors. 1-2 offering to Lomack with 1 out is fouled away to the right. Jake Mulholland, veteran right-hander. A returner from last year for the Raptors, product to Oregon State. He got the win. Zach Ottinger, a pitcher the Paddleheads have seen, he got roughed up in 3 innings. A ball and 2 strikes. Pitch from Swanson, fouled away by Lomack. Going out towards Jack's Pub on the first base side. Brendan Ryan waits in the on-deck circle with 1 out. Paddleheads holding a 10-run lead here in the last 2 frames. Mustangs down to their last 5 outs. Deficit where it is at 10. Paddleheads have been on the board in 3 of the last 4 innings, scoring 12 runs. A ball and 2 strike pitched from Swanson. Swing and a miss. Lomack could not catch up to the fastball at the knees. 94 on the gun that time with cut and sink. Nasty stuff there from the Oklahoma native. Quick draw, so to speak. Down goes Lomack. Brandon Ryan jumps in with 2 outs. And Swanson, a very unique personality for a baseball guy, I'd say. First pitch coming in, swing and a miss. You try to get to know a guy when he comes over via trade, ask, hey, who's your football team, that sort of thing. And outside of playing baseball, he doesn't really watch any sports. To me, for an athlete, that's real unique. 0-1 pitch with 2 outs. just below the knees. A ball and a strike. So whether he's out playing, he's not a guy that's got a fantasy football team or much of that sort of thing. I think he said he might have one, but he kind of reluctantly participates. A ball and a strike with the bases empty. Missoula cruising in the 8th. The pitch is below the knee. Soft speed, 2-1. Also a pretty stylish guy. I'll always see him with a different, unique t-shirt. A lot of comic-themed t-shirts. He also got the big shades rolling also. That's definitely a baseball thing. 2-1 pitch. Big swing by Ryan. Couldn't catch up to the fastball. Even counted 2. For the most part in this inning, Swanson is located very well. The fastball keeping it around the corners. Working the outside for the most part. Ryan in a 2-strike hole with 2 outs. The pitch. Fastball, strike 3. On the inside at the knees. Nasty there from Swanson. Grabs some pine. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. 2 Ks and a fly ball. That's not going to hurt, with Missoula leading by 10. Bottom 8 on the way. Paddleheads looking for more insurance, even though they probably don't need it. 13-3 ball game rolls into the bottom of the 8th. Right after this, this is the Northern Division Series on ESPN Missoula. Oh my gosh. Ha ha ha.
Saturday, September 30th, as the Grizz hockey team hosts the University of Utah. As always, there's a free shuttle for students picking up in front of Miller Hall, and beer and wine will be sold at the game. It's the Grizz hockey home opener, Saturday, September 30th against Utah. Get your tickets for this game and all upcoming games at grizzhockey.com.
Hey Missoula, are you ready for the nittiest, grittiest, barbalootinest party in town? Home Resource is hosting our 19th annual Spontaneous Construction, Team Building Competition, and Festival of Reuse on Saturday, September 16th. Join in the fun, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Cheer on community teams as they build amazing things using only materials from our reuse store. SponCon has food, beverages, live music, family activities, reuse shopping, and projects galore. Admission is free and open to everyone. Get all the details at homeresource.org.
No matter the season, what's more enjoyable than savoring a refreshing beer? Canby Tap House boasts Missoula's finest selection and widest array of specialty beers on tap. Canby has 2 locations, each with dozens and dozens of taps for you to try beers from all over the world. Canby Tap House also offers several tap wines, a variety of other tasty beverages, and a delicious food selection. Canby Tap House prides itself on having the most diverse selection of specialty beers in the Garden City. Open from 9 until 9 daily. Canby Tap House, a gathering place for all to enjoy.
We now return to Paddlehead Play-by-Play on ESPN Radio.
Back here for the bottom half of the 8th inning. Paddleheads with a big lead coming down the stretch of this one, 13-3. And the Billings Mustangs are waving the proverbial white flag, so to speak, as they will sound the alarm and go for a position player pitching alert. As Bryce Donovan, we saw as the DH in game 1 of this series, will now jump onto the bump for the Billings Mustangs for this bottom half of the 8th to face Luis Navarro. Donovan coming over the top. His first pitch is lobbed in there for strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Kind of a funky look at it for Donovan. It's always interesting to see what a position player can do up there when he's sent up to the bump. Pitch from Donovan is outside to Navarro. He's been able to reach all night. Free passes. 3 walks for Navarro. So no for 1. Box score ain't going to look all that pretty, but 3 walks, that'll work. 1-1 pitch. Navarro sees a miss below the knees. Maybe a chance in this at-bat to get himself a knock. Jake Gunther's had 2 multi-hit games. The first 2 hits of this series. He waits next, followed by Bernard. Pitch to Navarro, 2-1 is hit high and foul off to the right. So that part of the ballpark just keeps getting more work tonight. Missoula leading by 10 at the 9th inning. His third in deciding Game 3 would be tomorrow night right here in Zootown. Same time, same place. 2-2 pitch is grounded foul on the third base side of the field. Now at the beginning of this series, was given starters on both sides for the first 2 games. Villa and Patel in Game 1. Maybach and Fuentes tonight, as the 2-2 is outside to Navarro. Can he draw 4 walks? Got it to a 3-2. Nobody out here in the 8th. We do not know who either starting pitcher will be tomorrow. TBD as it stands now. 3-2 pitch is a high hit foul ball off to the right. Paddleheads have a couple of options of who they could send out there. Obviously, the Mustangs are in the same boat. But I would think 2 names would come to mind for me from the Paddleheads perspective. One being Connor Schultz, the other southpaw Dawson Day. 2 returners from last season. Day pitched with Glacier last year. 3-2 is fouled off to the right. Schultz kind of in between starting and relieving last year. And speaking of Schultz, I think he's standing in the first base coach's box over there now. 3-2 coming into Navarro, swinging and a ball fouled off. Now I would think both guys could, when they're on, could be guys that could have success against Billings in terms of being strike throwers. So Izzy Fuentes had success being a guy pounding the zone tonight. 3-2 pitch to Navarro is a ball popped up on the left-hand side of the infield. Morales right there for the second out of the inning. First out recorded, beg your pardon, as Navarro is kept off the bags. Jake Gunther will now be the hitter, as Navarro retired for the second time. Gunther has been on base 3 times with 2 hits tonight. First pitch to Gunther is just on the outside part of the plate. Pretty good velo from Bryce Donovan, almost 90. 0-1. Maybe like Killicam Thompson, feeling comfortable up there on the bump. Bryce Donovan did make a habit of appearing as a pitcher this year for Billings in situations like this. Had 8 appearances out of the pen, as Gunther pokes one foul on the third base side. Tried to inside out a pitch on the inner half that time. Didn't have the success that Cam Thompson did out of the bullpen, as I alluded to. Because that just would be a wacky sequence for Thompson, how he kept having success. Probably his highlight moment, not even probably, surely was highlight moment against these Mustangs back in August. Despite it being in a 16-0 game with Billings leading, it will be a sequence I'll never forget. 0-2 pitch with 1 out is low and away. Thompson out there in a 0 leverage spot, goes out there and comes within 1 pitch of an immaculate inning. Unbelievable. And then goes deep. The 1-2 pitch with 1 out, in on the hands, another foul ball off the bat of Gunther. Base hits in his first 2 at-bats and a walk in the 7th, part of that 6-run push for Missoula that seemingly put this one out of reach. Lead for Missoula in this half inning is 10 at 13-3. 1-2 pitch with 1 out, a swing and a high pop-up to the left-hand side of the mound, caught at third base. Another ball worked for and caught by Morales for out number 2. 2 out at bat now with the bases empty. This will be Austin Bernard coming into the box. Missoula's scored the last 2 innings, but may have done the heavy lifting that they have needed to on this Wednesday night. Bernard, 3 strikeouts. He does have an RBI hit to his total. First on the way is a line drive foul off to the right. Count is 0-1 with 2 outs. And one thing they're going to have to figure out, there's somebody with a laser pointer or something off to the left of the scoreboard. So, front office, go figure that out. 0-1 pitch is down low, below the knees. So last thing I want is a laser beam going towards my eyes. Heck no. A ball and a strike with 2 outs. And if you're listening, Safford's on top of you. Get that laser pointer out of here. 1-1 pitch with 2 outs. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. Now a 2-strike count. 13-3 lead for Missoula here in the bottom of the 8th. Bernard trying to avoid a golden sombrero. Already has got the hat trick. Donovan comes over the top looking for a 1-2-3. Check swing. Bernard stays off a fastball. 90 on the gun for Bryce Donovan. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Elvier would swing it next in this half inning for the Paddleheads. So not 1, potentially 2. Winner take all, game 3's tomorrow. 2-2 pitch is in on the hands. Did it hit Bernard? Yes, it did. Fastball comes up and in. Bernard will take his walk up to first. And Donovan lets him know, walking towards first base to Bernard, going, hey, there's nothing behind that. And I like that there from Bryce Donovan. Clearly, he didn't think Bernard was having any aggressive thoughts about that pitch, but for Donovan just to go over there and make sure that there was nothing going on, good deal. As Josh Elvier takes outside for ball 1. Frankly, postseason battles, you want to just see it all sorted out on the field. You don't want to have extracurriculars become part of the series. 1-0 with 2 outs, misses the bottom of the zone to Elvier. Absorbed a blow in the middle innings to the Paddleheads. Billings took the lead. A 4-run rally in the 4th was really a big one for this offense, it felt like. 2-0 to Elvier is low again for ball 3. McLean O'Connor, huge swing in the 6th inning to stretch the lead out. He waits next. Missoula offense, 4 runs in the 4th, 2 runs in the 6th, and 6 runs in the 7th on their way to this big lead. The 3-0 to Elvier coming in. That one finds the outer half. 3-1 count now with 2 outs. Came down to a third game last season with these two foes battling. 3-1 pitch coming in. Sinks to the inside part of the plate. Count full at 3-2. Solid work from Ethan Swanson in the last half inning. 1-2-3 frame. Looks like the Paddleheads will go back to the pen for the 9th as Elvier just about comes out of his shoes, swinging and missing to end the inning at a fastball elevated from Donovan. Position player Donovan able to have a scoreless 8th inning. We will roll to the 9th. 3 outs left to get. Paddleheads looking to send this division series to a winner-take-all game 3 after this.
There's a lot of things that make Montana great, from mountains and lakes to some of the finest towns in the West. But what really makes this place special is you. Our communities are full of people who are working hard to build good lives and remarkable things. At Opportunity Bank, our passion is helping folks do just that. Together, we can make a good thing even better. Opportunity Bank of Montana. Stop by and see us or visit us online. Member FDIC.
Shake off the day with the Montana Club's Happy Hour, featuring BOGO beverages. The Montana Club's expertly mixed cocktails, brews, and wine are buy one, get one free every day, 3 to 5:30, plus $2 off all appetizers. Or stop in on Fridays for Montini night and sip on a top shelf martini for only $7, 5:30 to close. Worked hard all day? Ready to relax? The Montana Club has you covered on Brooks and North Reserve, Missoula.
Aware's Charity Golf Scramble is back. You're invited to join the final September 27th at the Missoula Country Club. Learn how you can register to golf or become a sponsor at aware-inc.org/golf. Not a golfer? No problem. You can still support an amazing cause. Learn how to get involved or join our team at aware-inc.org. Together we help people with mental health and developmental disabilities live independent lives. Aware's Charity Golf Scramble is back. You're invited to join the final September 27th at the Missoula Country Club.
ESPN Radio for Western Montana, KKVU HD3 Stevensville, and 102.9 FM on K275BS Missoula. Away from your radio, stream Paddlehead Baseball live on 1029ESPN.com or on the TuneIn Radio app. Now back to the ballpark.
Paddleheads indeed do go to John LaRosa to pitch the 9th inning. 13-3 ball game. LaRosa will go after the man that was just on the bump. Batting in the 3rd spot in the order, Bryce Donovan for Michael Fail. Failed to tell you there was Brady West catching in the last half inning, as Bryce Donovan hits a line drive out to left field and making the grab. Welcome to the ball game, Jared Akins. Akins came in defensively for the 9th inning for Dondre Hubbard, and Akins, right on cue, makes the play. And now seeing a pinch hitter step into the box. Donovan sent packing on the first pitch. Now seeing Alex Canty, a right-handed batter, batting for the first time. First on the way is a ball down below the knees. Former Alpine Cowboy in the Pecos League. 1-0 pitch on the way. Comes inside and hits Canty. A fastball at the belt. He will reach base with 1 out. Going to need a lot more of that if you're the Billings Mustangs in this spot, as they trail by 10 with action now with 1 out, 1 runner on the bags. You will now see Figueredo come into the box with a man at first as Canty reaches. Pecos League, lower level of minor league baseball than the Pioneer. Alpine is a city in that league, franchise in that league that does have a pretty good reputation. Been around a couple of other franchises in any ball that have brought in a number of players from Alpine. Sonoma Stompers, the Pacific Association, come to mind. As Figueredo hits one on the ground, right to Thompson, who throws to Cash. That's one. Throw to first. Double play. And that's it. 5-4-3 around the horn to bring this game 2 to a close. And the Paddleheads hold serve on their home field. We'll see you here tomorrow for a Game 3. Double play brings this one to an end. This Wednesday night completely dominated by the Paddleheads. 13-3, your final score, as this series evened up a game apiece. All the marbles will be on the line tomorrow as the Mustangs and Paddleheads both fight to get themselves to the Pioneer League Championship Series. Behind some big rallies, 1 4-run push, another a 6-run rally, the Paddleheads get themselves to the win column. And what a fun night it was here at the ballpark. Crowd was electric here in Missoula. The peanut inning especially was a lot of fun. And the Paddleheads will look to have some more fun in this ballpark. They get another win here, they'll have some more nights here in Zootown on the horizon. If not, it will be the Mustangs with the happy bus ride. Now here, surely tomorrow, there will be champagne on ice. The only question will be who will be partaking in the suds. For one night, the Paddleheads stave off elimination. Game 3 between these two teams coming tomorrow night as Billings ends up on the losing end, 13-3. We'll wrap this one up and get you ready for the series clincher tomorrow after this.
Go inside the world's most popular sport with ESPN Missoula's new podcast, Soccer and Snow and Smoke. Join me, Andrew Houghton, for interviews, stories, and analysis from all around the wide world of soccer, from the international stage to right here in Montana.
Hopefully, a lot of Americans watching it who are just used to watching the U.S. women's national team play and dominate in a certain style could look at that and be like, that's different. Especially if you don't watch the men's games, to see Spain play and say, I didn't know you could play the game that way. That you can keep the ball that much, that you can move the ball that much and score different kinds of goals to the traditional American way of playing. So to expose the world to a different style of play and to have all these different countries bringing their identities to it as well, I think that's the best piece that came out of the World Cup. And then Spain, I think, on the verge of just an era of dominance right now.
You can find Soccer and Snow and Smoke on all your favorite podcast platforms. And make sure to catch the 4015 twice a month on Nuanez Now. Soccer and Snow and Smoke is brought to you by Zootown Sports Cards.
We know getting your student to graduation can feel like a long road. At Montana Youth Challenge Academy, your child can get past common distractions and focus on their future. Our partnerships with Montana High School create a variety of pathways to graduation. We offer academic, professional, and life coping skills within the structured environment students need for success. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Try a different path. Apply to our cost-free program at mycacademy.org.
Brought to you by Montana Youth Challenge Academy and this station.
Hey, this is manager Michael Schlack, and you're listening to Missoula Paddleheads Baseball on ESPN Missoula 102.9.
Looked to be in a good mood coming off the field was Michael Schlack tonight, saluting the crowd. And why would he not after they were surely in this one from start to finish. They will need some help from the Missoula faithful tomorrow, that's for sure. No question about it now, there will be a third and deciding game between these two ball clubs, the chance to advance to the Pioneer League Championship Series. Missoula trying to get back there for the third time in 3 years. Billings in year 75 of their franchise history, trying to get themselves another chance at a league title. Now this one, it felt like a pretty familiar night at the yard. If you followed Paddlehead Baseball in games at home, offense 1 through 9, swinging it well, putting a big rally